Okay, now we're going. What's up, VOD viewers? Over at Tevington VOD, the YouTube channel. Let me know you guys are alive by leaving a random comment. Storms, you're crazy for already being in the chat, bro. I haven't even put a song on. Storms, I hope you've been doing good, bro. Hope you've been doing good. We got some segments today. Is the mic good? Should be good.
Walk inside of my
all good.
And I stand.
Fire.
Walk inside of my with a 50
we got some good segments today.
Track how growling bitch sound like sun coming.
Hey, y'all join up.
What's your rank? Smoke is out of gas pack. This shit stink. Pull up a soda, then I'll get the pain. This shit might look like it's fun, but it ain't. They let Ricky start on drugs, but I can't. I keep doing her wrong, but she treat me like a saint. My bitch so damn bad, she cut up dog shit and you can't. Monkey ass.
What's up?
Just let him hang.
What's up, y'all? We here.
Yeah, I saw your car, but I just let it rain. All this money on me like a bank.
Join up. I
try to fuck a model.
What has it been? 3 days? 3 days?
I need exotic. Walk up in
what's up, y'all?
Like damn boy, I can smell it. Boy, you not no street, nigga, just do it, your mama tell you.
I was just listening to Dummy. You summoned me.
Set them down below.
The merch ad, we gotta talk about that.
Damn, I need a hell. Cursing all these drugs like a sailor. Nigga try to lie about how we scored the ball like he was talking to Taylor.
First time watching? Thank you, bro. I go live every other day. Sometimes I fuck off, I'm not gonna lie though. Why? Because I like to.
Who you is, nigga? What's your rank? Smoke is out of gas pack. This shit stink. Pull up a soda, then I'll get the pain. This shit might look like it's fun, but it ain't. They let Ricky start on drugs, but I can't.
What's up, y'all? Alright, one more song while y'all join up. I know. A lot of you guys are active watching all the streamers. Streaming University, I know. We got something to talk about, though. We got some exist stuff to talk about. Unk. Hey, shout out to Tickle VA. First time in the stream, is it worth it? I'd say so. Guys, is it worth it to be in my stream? Well, I have the light on. It is hot as fucking LA, bro. Yeah, there is a new GTA Heist, huh? Dude, fucking my cousin, he wants to play that shit on PS4. PS4? Bruh, hey, wait. Who in the chat, well, actually, who in the chat still has a PS4? No, that you actively use it. Like, that's your main. Who? Me? Alright, look. We are gonna do a lucky giveaway because I see that a lot of you guys have been struggling and you're still on PS4. So, the giveaway is, you get to watch me. That's the prize. So, you get to watch me. So, hopefully you guys like that prize. But yeah, get yourself a fucking PS5. Go get a fucking job. Anyway, let's get on to the stream. You got me fucked up, bro. Go get a fucking job, bro. Nah, but look. I'm dead. Bro, Sony's already talking about the PS6. Bruh. If you don't have a PS5, bruh, you've had how many years now? You've had years to get a PS5, bro. Stop it. That PS6 is they already talked about it. But anyway, hopefully all y'all been good. First thing we gotta talk about is we got some exist stuff to talk about. In case you don't know, by the way, who in here is keeping up with Streamer University? Shout out to all. I was gonna say all my mutuals in Streamer University. None of us made it in, so none of us made it in. So we're all here still desktop streaming. But who is watching the Streamer University people? We could catch up with them a little bit, but for the most part, Not really. I am. Damn. Okay. No. Damn. Okay. A lot of you guys aren't. Okay. Good. They're not stealing my viewers. They're not stealing you guys from me. Yes. Okay. Yes, my niche little community that I have garnered. Yes. All right. So let's talk about quickly. Not even quickly. You guys are here. Let's be calm. What day is it today? It's a Wednesday. Hopefully y'all have been having a great Wednesday, especially you VOD viewers that are watching this a day later. I see y'all and the live viewers. Shout out to you guys. You know what? I haven't even used the cricket sound in a hot minute. I need to start using that. Anyway, in case you guys did not see, by the way, we have been getting, you know what? Okay, you know what? We should start. You know how some streamers do like roll call and then everyone like spams W? We are going to start doing roll call, but we're also going to start doing check up on Tuvington. I don't even know what to say for that. Roll call, stat check. Like, hey, Sonia Rosa, welcome to Tuv Gang. But anyway, roll call. If you're in here, spam W Unk. If you're in here, just say it once though. Roll call. Also, stat check, Tuvington stat check. All right. So, guys, remember like literally a few months ago, my goal for Tuvington was always, guys, I mean, I would say this. I would be like, guys, as long as we get 10,000 viewers on every commentary video, like I'm just reacting and shit, I'm happy with it. Bro, tell me why look at these numbers. 1 day ago, 23K. 2 days ago, 17K, 18K, 40K. This one about hit 10K, 60K. Dude, the PSA, 130K. And remember, this is not about numbers. It's not even like on some like flex. It's literally like, this is so, because like I've been trying to be a streamer for like what, a year and a month now. So it's like a year and a month later, this dude finally figured out the formula, you know? And also, obviously, Tuv, the main channel, stat check. Y'all know, when I went bald, let's be honest, people stopped watching me. It's just facts. People let me know in the comments. I get it, all right? I went through that horrible breakup, but that happened almost 2 years ago now, so we good off all that. But, like, bro, look at this. 1.1 mil. Guys, Tuv hit a million again, bro. That fucker did not. I fell back on, guys. I fell back on. Yes, 1.1 in 31 days. I looked at the stats. So yeah. So literally, dude, the Unk still got it meme where he's doing the jump rope. I literally feel like that, bro. Here. I need to post that on my story, bro. I need to post that. Literally me. That's me, bro. But yeah, so it's been mad like what's it called? Happy. Like honestly, like on a good way. Like it makes you feel like, bro, like so many people are commenting on Tuv being like, damn, bro, I haven't watched you in like 2 years. It's good to see you're still doing this. God damn. I mean, okay. I mean, yes, dude, I upload weekly. So I'm always trying this, you know, very thankful that you guys watch me, but also even like Tuvington, like, dude, there are people that I've said this before, but this is a flex to me. There are people that only know me as Tuvington. They don't know about Tuv. They just see me like a Joe Bart dupe. They just see me like a Joe Bart, you know? And I really like that. It's like, bro, that's actually a W. Some people just think I'm Tuvington. And I'm just like, you know what? Dude, in a world where like I can be myself, and then people leave beautiful I think they're beautiful, where they're just like, they're just like, dude, I love seeing your personality shine on this channel. Oh my God, bro. That's a W, bro. I'm gonna have to get water later. I have some here, but it's not enough. But yeah, I like that people like my personality. It must be a shock though when people come from the main Tuv channel and they see me literally going like, they probably like this dude is so serious on the main. Yeah, guys, I've always been like that. If you remember, I used to be like that on the main, but then I eventually was like, it's kind of inappropriate to act like that while I'm talking about serious stuff. I wouldn't go overboard like what I just did. Like, I wouldn't do that. But I did a switch. Like, it was like kind of like right before, no, a year before I went bald. I started acting, yes, more adult human. So then I felt like you guys were getting like this like weird version of me. Not weird. This like just teacher mode. You guys were getting teacher mode, professor. And so I was like, man, if only there was a way to show my personality. And then I started streaming about a year and a month ago on exactly. Riley Cause, thank you for the prime. And now I have 2 channels that are fucking doing amazing. Tuv is getting 3 million views a month. Tuvington is getting 1 million views a month. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like I said, it's not about numbers, but it is like, this is all like, it makes me very happy to be building this community. You know, it just makes me so happy. But anyway, while speaking about that, we are gonna talk about Exist and what's been going on with my clothing brand. So really quickly, let's check it out. All right, so I made a little ad for it. I usually don't do dedicated ads, but I was like, frick it. So we'll check that out. Exist. Not for real. I feel so involved and proud to be part of the Tuv community, right? Remember, guys, TGM, that's our community. It stands for Tuv Gang members. It's funny because at first we were just Tuv Gang. But then I realized that every streamer has 3 letters for their community. So I was like, okay, Tuv Gang members. But then it sounds like it's like Tuv Gang members. You know? So I was like, oh, man, we can't go back now. But it's Tuv Gang members. There's a space. We're not gang members. It's just Tuv Gang. But yeah. Probably shouldn't be telling you this, but here's what's... All right. Hold on. Listen to this ad real quick. Well, ad. Y'all ready? I posted this today. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but here's what's been going on and my clothing brand Exist. Oh, sorry. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but here's what's been going on and my clothing brand Exist. So the Boo Bear plush is halfway out of stock. These will never come back. We have 4 dummy themed t-shirts. This is the singles design. As you can see, it has taste, shards, and skin. It's actually our best seller. We also have the 3 face tee. We have the smile tee, which I personally thought was going to be the best seller. It is our worst seller. So if you want to go show that one some love, you can do so. And we also have the collage tee. So you're a fan of the album, you want to support the artist, aka me. We have signed vinyls and cassettes also on the website. Vinyls are almost sold out. CDs completely sold out, so thank you guys for that. Both physicals are signed. And now here's the part where my team is probably gonna get mad at me, but I just want to leak everything. We have custom Exist slippers dropping. They are still in production, but as you can see, they have embroidered ease and they're mirrored. I personally am a size 10.5, and honestly, these look like they could fit up to size 11. It's probably gonna be a range like size 8 to 11, but what's that? You have small feet because you're a girl, or maybe you just have small feet in general. Boom, we have the smaller size for your girlfriend. So be ready for that. Everyone's included. Are you also like me where you don't watch sports but you really like jerseys? Well, there's no need to LARP because now we have the Exist Football League. As you can see, we have an embroidered logo, EFL. I love this one so much. Embroidered Boo Bear on the sides. And last but not least, we are working on boom, Boo Bear piggy banks. You put your money in there every time you swear, and you take it out of this bumhole. Actually, this is the prototype, so all of them will be painted black. Everything I just named is already in production. Matter of fact, there is one more thing. This is an Exist fleece jacket, and you're not going to be able to see the design just yet because it's still a prototype, but here I am modeling it. Don't I look so handsome? And in case you're wondering what the design on it is, I know it's pixelated, but it's Boo Bear doing something very vulgar. And last but not least, we still have the Earl Kitten plushies. Those undersold completely. We lost so much money with those.
Facts.
Those are on the website right now. Literally almost no one bought those. So if you want to show those some love, you can do so as well. But there you go. I officially told you everything we are working on. TGM, make sure to reshare this on your story and hit that repost button here on Instagram Reels or on TikTok. I know it's vertical content. Goodbye. Boom, there you go. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. I was like, is this still going to be considered a YouTube short? It is. I think YouTube shorts now can go up to 5 minutes. It's like, or 4 minutes. It's like a weird number. Anyway, I finally was able to fucking talk about everything. It's not like I was under a contract or anything. I was just fucking lazy. But I forgot to mention this. Look at this, guys. Here, let me put a cool ass song. Let me just hold on. This is so crazy. This is the prototype. Oh my god. A Boo Bear backpack. With buckles. Zipper right here. You could put a lot of stuff in. This is the prototype. But they're working on it right now. I'll put it on. Let me zip it up.
This shit might look like it's fun, but it ain't.
Dude. Who else is doing this? Not even the vets doing this, bruh. They might make backpacks. I'm not gonna lie.
Monkey ass niggas swing walls, just let him hang. Pussy, you can't talk if you don't let you bang. Yeah, I saw your car, but I just let
Look at these high quality buckles.
All this money on me like a bank. I try to fuck a model bitch, I need Tyra Banks. I try to fuck a model bitch, I need Iggy Azalea. Walk up in the spot, cook like damn boy, I can smell it. Boy, you not no street, nigga, just do it, I'ma tell you. I take these drugs, then my brain start having failures. Set them down below, Australia. Run up these pack, fuck, damn, I need a hell.
I don't know the price yet.
Nigga try to lie about how we scored the ball like he was talking to Taylor. Walk inside of mine, and I stand. Walk inside of mine with a 50 and a 100. And that Glock equipped with a 100 drum. Track how growling bitch, sound like son coming.
I don't know the price. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think it'll go over $50. I don't think that's like a $60 product. Yeah, I don't think it'll go over 50. We'll see. But yeah, no, literally, dude, I have been working so hard over at Exist, bro. Like, so hard on every single avenue. Hey, shout out to the 178 of you. In case you guys are wondering, 185, what the fuck? Oh, you new viewers, you guys are tuning in from Streamer University, right? You guys are just like clicking around. Hey, let me give y'all 3 good reasons why y'all should watch me instead of the others, all right? All right, so listen up. First of all, I'm handsome as shit. Let's just get that one out of the way. I'm handsome as shit. Second reason, I'm a good reactor, bro. Look at this. See, I know how to react. Third reason, I'm Mexican. Third reason, I'm Mexican. Support a Mexican. That's actually like owning a brand, bro. Has a main channel, second channel, music, all of that. Yeah, and I earned a subscription by the end of this video, by the end of this VOD. But all right, y'all. Wow, Mexican owned bean thief. All right. I get it, bro. I get it. Either way, how's your guys' love life? Random question, but let's just make it awkward. Let's just make it awkward real quick. How's your love life? Single for a full year? That's a W. I've been dating my girl for almost 2 years. That's also a W. Morbid for fun in the chat. That's a W. Fucking shit. It sucks. Horrible. Broke up? Yeesh. All right. That's crazy. All right. So, guys, everyone that's new to these streams, what we usually do is we browse our Discord. We see what my audience wants me to react to. If you guys see any Streamer University clips or anything you want me to specifically to react to, you can submit that in the Discord. If you type in the chat !Discord, it'll give you a link to my server. We have a channel named YouTube Vids to react to. This is what it looks like. You guys can submit here. But since Morbid for Fun is in the chat, we are going to react to a video by Morbid for Fun. Anyone in here interested in lost media? You know, pieces of video, actually of anything that just went missing and no one was able to back up. All right, you guys are interested. So, we do have a special announcement, or at least a guest on the stream, of a digital guest. Give it up for Digital Morbid for Fun. And he left you guys a specific message before we react to his YouTube video.
What's up, TGM? It's been a while since I last talked to you guys. The last time was Camp Moist back in March. That was crazy fun, and I can't wait for next year for Camp Moist too. But I do hope to see you guys sooner than later, and maybe I'll be part of a stream, who knows. Tub has talked about some ideas, but we just never went through them for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe someday we can do some cool stuff. I don't want to give anything away, but cool streams coming soon. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in and say hi, and that I've missed you guys a lot.
Oh, that was so sweet. Give it a W Aaron, aka W Morbid for fun. Yeah, he left us a special message. But yeah, I do want to do a plan. I do want him to come over for a planned desktop stream. Would that sound cool with you guys? A planned desktop stream where you just react to. I want to react to like the Tub evolution. We're almost at 2.5 million subscribers on the main, so I think it would be really cool to see both of our growth. But yeah, so really that's like, you know, my YouTube little brother, bro. So, it's cool that you guys like him. It's really cool that you guys like him. So yeah, we're going to react to a video by him talking about, lost media that was found this year. It's crazy. We're just going to keep finding lost media. But yeah. Let's check that out. Let's check. And you know what I like? I know that I, as Tuv, am associated with a lot of creepy internet mysteries, but I never dived into lost media. So that's why I think it's a really fun, like, collaboration, like digital collaboration. I don't know. That sounds so stupid. Mixing of the two worlds that I never really stepped into that world, you know, that micro world, if you would say, micro category. It's like a subgenre. There you go. That's how I say it. All right. Aaron, hey, can someone... Oh, no. Let me VIP you. Aaron, type in the chat real quick so I can VIP you. I don't know why mods can't do it. If you're in here. Did he already leave? Oh, no, he's a mod. Okay, we're going to remove mod from you. We're going to give you VIP. All right, type again, Aaron, because it's either one or the other. You can be a mod or you can be VIP. There you go. WVIP. Anyway, so lost media found in 2026 so far. Let's check this out real quick.
We're officially halfway through 2026, which...
Alright, bro. Your face pisses me off, bro. Alright, we're gonna do something else, bro. I can't do this. I literally can't do this. I can't.
Hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Sounds super weird to say. Time really flew by really quick. So why not talk about lost media that was found this year so far? After all, I make these videos every 6 months, so it's time to do it again. Keep in mind this isn't everything found, and I'm only talking about the most interesting pieces of lost media. Follow me on Instagram and check out the Patreon to get early access to videos.
I'm actually a patron.
2 exclusive Patreon only videos. Every shooter that mentioned a YouTuber and videos taken at the island. That video was a bit too crazy for YouTube, which almost got my entire channel deleted.
No
and
way.
That's probably...
Let me turn on the quality. No way it actually almost got your whole channel deleted. And what? How? Your whole channel?
Why YouTube doesn't push my videos anymore. Whoops. Anywho.
All right, YouTube viewers. All right, we're going to help my friend out. After you're done watching this reaction of mine, please go subscribe to him. I always shout out the people I react to, but I got a special connection with this dude.
Watch this video till the very end to see if I earned your subscription, and like the video, only if you like it, of course. Mega Man Fully Charged is an animated television series based on Capcom's long-running Mega Man video game franchise, developed by Man of Action Studios and produced...
Okay, first of all, I know I'm Mr. Pause. Did anyone know this existed? Like, there was a Mega Man cartoon. Did anyone know that this was a thing? No. Okay, see, most people don't. What? Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if the whole series is lost media. No one watched it.
Oh my god.
Long-running Mega Man video game franchise, developed by Man of Action Studios and produced by Dentsu Entertainment USA and Wildbrain. The series aired on Cartoon Network and Family Channel between 2018 and 2019. It was the fourth animated television adaptation of the franchise. However, before the CGI series made it to television, an entirely different version of the show was developed by the now defunct animation studio Film Roman. Unlike the final series, Film Roman's version was traditionally animated in 2D
cool animation
and
style.
featured noticeably different character designs, animation, and overall presentation. For years, very little footage of the early incarnation was known to exist publicly. In 2017, Film Roman uploaded an animation reel to YouTube containing several clips from the pilot. The footage quickly attracted attention from Mega Man fans before eventually being removed. A representative from Dentsu Entertainment later explained that the material was merely an internal animation test and was never intended to
Dude, shout out to all the animators / graphic designers that be leaking shit when they put it on their like portfolio. Dude, so much. I feel like that's a lost media method, right? That is a lost media method where the artist puts it on their own portfolio and it never came out officially. That's gotta be a method.
present the final version of the series. After its removal, the reel remained the only publicly known footage from the pilot for nearly a decade. That changed on January 2nd, 2026, when a YouTuber named Derps uploaded the complete pilot to YouTube after reportedly receiving it from an anonymous crew member who had worked on the production. The leaked pilot revealed just how different the project originally was, featuring alternate character designs, different voice actors, a completely different soundtrack, and a 2D animation style that contrasted sharply with.
Did anyone get into Mega Man? I like tried forcing myself to get into Mega Man when I was a kid, but like I just never got into the game series.
The CGI series that ultimately aired. Hoodwinked is a CGI animated comedy film directed by Corey Edwards and released in 2005.
So what I do know about Hoodwinked is that they made a Hoodwinked 2 that flopped horribly. I remember like, unless that, am I confused? No, Hoodwinked 2 dropped officially, right? But it was like, no one cared about it. It was so bad. Am I asking my chat like it's Google? Okay, so they did. Okay. Yeah. That's what I remember. But Hoodwinked 1, goated.
The Weinstein Company. Despite being produced on a relatively small budget, the film became a surprise success at the box office, earning nearly $17 million during its opening week.
Crazy how bad the animation is looking back.
For 2 consecutive weekends. Critics were divided on the film, with many criticizing its crude animation while praising its writing, humor, and voice cast. What most viewers didn't realize was that the first version released in theaters was not the version originally produced. Before the Weinstein Company acquired the film in May 2005, Hoodwinked had been developed as a direct-to-video project featuring an entirely different voice cast. By the time the studio stepped in, production was already so far along that much of the dialogue had already been recorded. Rather than starting over, the new celebrity actors were reportedly required to deliver their lines in a way that closely matched the performances already completed by the original cast. Only 2 major actors survived the transition. Patrick Warburton remained the voice of the wolf, while Andy Dick continued voicing Boingo.
Andy what? No, I'm just kidding now. Wait, so that's literally the equivalent of like, I made 2 Gay Cats, and then like right before 2 Gay Cats was gonna come out, I'm like, wait, now let's just say now I'm friends with Kai Cenat. Let's get Kai Cenat to voice Sam, and then just switch up the lines. Oh, so they just replaced a lot of them with celebrities, so they for clout. I mean, just numbers. Okay. Would y'all want to hear Kai Cenat as Sam? Oh.
Most of the other principal roles were recast with more recognizable names. Tara Strong, who originally voiced Red Puckett.
What about Corpse Husband as Sam?
Was replaced by Anne Hathaway. David Ogden Stairs was replaced by Jim Bolshe. Tony Leach was replaced by Anthony Anderson. Sally Struthers was replaced by Glenn Close.
I hope they still got
was
paid.
Replaced by Exhibit. And Tom Kenny was replaced by Chaz Palminteri.
You replaced Tom Kenny? Who replaces Tom Kenny?
The last one is so criminal. How are you going to replace SpongeBob? Two actors narrowly avoided being replaced as well, with Benji retaining the role of Japheth the Goat and Joshua J. Green.
What does the goat say? The goat says like a quote. Like,
remaining the voice of Jimmy Lizard.
Did I? Did
For
I?
years,
Did
very
I?
little
think it's something
footage
like
from
that.
the original version was known to exist publicly.
Did I?
Although Hoodwinked became a commercial success, its 2011 sequel, Hoodwinked 2: Hood vs. Evil, performed poorly at the box office and received overwhelmingly negative reviews.
I thought it went straight to
Any
DVD.
realistic
I didn't know it
chance of
dropped
the
in
original
theaters.
version receiving an official release effectively disappeared, especially after the Weinstein Company shut down in 2018. The first major glimpse of the lost version surfaced on March 18, 2019.
Hey, my old
when
birthday.
Vimeo user Cinema Management Group uploaded an
Okay,
early
wait.
trailer containing
I've said that before. I've said that my old birthday and like another VOD, and a lot of people were in the comments were like, "What the fuck does he mean by old birthday? Like, what does that mean?" All right. Long story short, the doctor, when I was born, put down the wrong number, the wrong date on my birth certificate. All right. So legally, my birthday is March 18th, 2002. That is incorrect. I was born on March 19th at 8 a.m. So I have the wrong birthday, like legally. The way I joke about it, I'm just like, the government don't know my real birthday. So yeah. I'm still a Pisces though. But yeah, dead ass. So it wasn't until a couple years ago where I was like, I always went by March 18th, and I was just like, wait, why not just celebrate the actual day I was born? Like, fuck what the government said. Like, this is the real day. So March 19th is my actual birthday.
footage
I should make a song titled that though.
performances from the original cast. However, this was only a small preview of what the production once looked like. The real breakthrough came on January 11, 2026, when a user named OfficialZPD discovered a DVD-R being sold at a thrift store for just 75 cents. After purchasing the disc, they discovered it contained an early story
No.
reel and work print of Hoodwinked, dated
That's so
January
cool.
29th, 2004. More importantly, it featured the original voice cast that had been replaced before the film's theatrical release. Later that same day, the work print was uploaded to the Internet Archive, giving fans their first opportunity to experience a version of Hoodwinked that had remained unseen for more than 2 decades. This piece of lost media is one of my favorites from this year, not because of the media itself, but because on how it was found. Before the lost media
No,
wiki
right? I agree. Imagine if, oh my god, dude. Finding something that people have been looking for. Also, the chances of the person that bought it knowing that it was, or like doing research about it, because you know damn well someone that bought that device, the device that had the disc in it, right? Could have just been like, yeah, just throw it away and then just put their own shit in there. Like, there's so much care that goes into the lost media community, which I really admire. So much care. Damn. Sell it to like literally any other person. Like could have just like been like, got the CD, throw that shit away, or just never use it.
The thing, a lot of lost media was found on accident, like the case I just covered. It reminds me of early internet sleuths finding stuff on accident, which gives me a nostalgic vibe since nowadays people are tryhards on finding lost media. Not to discredit them, of
Really?
course, and I respect the new ways people approach lost media, but this case of it being found on accident was just so more organic, if that even makes sense. Stretch Armstrong is a toy character originally introduced by Kenner in 1976. Filled with a thick gel-like substance, the figure could be stretched up to 4
It's like the LeBron toy they made for the Looney Tunes Space Jam, right? People were like filling it up with water. People were like going crazy with it on TikTok.
feet in length before snapping back to its original shape. The toy became one of Kenner's most recognizable products and remained in production until 1980, though several attempts have been made to revive the brand over the decades. One of the most unusual reinventions came in the late 1990s when Cap Toys relaunched Stretch Armstrong as a full-fledged superhero. Produced between 1992 and 1997, this new version of the character was accompanied by a comic book that explored his backstory. According to the comic, Stretch's search for his estranged father eventually led him to form a team of crime fighters. While several characters appeared in the story, only Stretch Armstrong himself and his dog, Fletch Armstrong, ever received action figures. When Hasbro acquired Cap Toys in 1997, ownership of the Stretch Armstrong brand transferred to them as well. Over the years, Hasbro revisited the character multiple times through comics and animation. The 2011 comic series, Unit E, featured a modernized version of Stretch Armstrong alongside other Hasbro properties, while the release of Netflix Stretch Armstrong and the Flex Fighters in 2017 led to a new comic book series published by IDW in early 2018.
How have I never heard of this shit? I never heard of anything. I know. I never even. I heard about the Stretch Armstrong original toy with all this extra stuff. I don't even know what you're saying, Aaron.
Neither interpretation, however, retained the origin story established by Cap Toys in the 1990s comic. For many years, that original comic remained—
No, dead ass. Who's out here watching this? Hey, did you watch a new episode of the Stretch Armstrong? Who the fuck is saying that sentence? What? Yo, take a shower, bro. I'm just kidding. Someone's dad got really offended right there.
Lost. By 2017, only the first and last pages were known to exist online after advertiser Scott Edwards shared scans on his Pinterest account sometime around 2015. Those pages revealed that the comic contained at least 8 pages, but the majority of the story remained unavailable to the public. Additional pieces of the comic resurfaced during the summer of 2019 when Twitter user A Soft Creature posted several panels online along with a teaser for a planned restoration of the complete story. While this provided fans with a better look at the comic, the full publication still remained out of reach. A major breakthrough occurred in April 2025 when eBay seller Surfing Joe's listed a Stretch Armstrong figure complete with its original packaging and inserts.
Mojo's sleeping in my room.
Included in the auction, photographs were images of every page of the comic. While some text remained obscured by page creases and folds, the listing provided the most complete look at the story ever seen publicly. The search finally came to an end on February 12, 2026, when Lost Media Wiki user Carson Sarah uploaded scans of all the comic's pages. After years of only partially fragments being available, fans were finally able to read the complete Stretch Armstrong origin story that had remained largely inaccessible.
Dude, who is the Stretch Armstrong fan base though? Like dead ass, bro. Like who? There's no way Stretch Armstrong has its own fan base. It's Lost Media fans that are like, okay, now we know about it. This is the missing thing. There's no way it has its own fan base. I just got 18,000 dislikes on the YouTube version. All right. Sorry, Stretch Armstrong fan base. Damn.
Accessible for decades. Kill Bill is a martial arts revenge epic written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. Although the project was originally intended to be released as a single film, producer Lawrence Bender convinced Tarantino to split it into 2 separate movies rather than cut material from the story. The result was Kill Bill Volume 1 and Kill Bill Volume 2, both released
Aaron, are you still in the chat?
In 2004. However, Tarantino never viewed the 2 films as completely separate projects. To preserve his original version, he assembled a nearly 4-hour cut titled Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair. The film premiered at the Cannes Film Festival in 2004 and later received a limited 1-week screening at the New Beverly Cinema in 2011. Despite years of promises from Tarantino that the film would eventually receive a home media release, it remained unavailable to the public for over 2 decades. That finally changed in late 2025. In December 2025, Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair received its 3rd-wide theatrical release, allowing audiences outside of special screenings to finally see the film as Tarantino originally intended. Just 2 months later, on February 17, 2026, Lionsgate released the film digitally through video-on-demand platforms, ending one of the most infamous unreleased film sagas in modern cinema. The whole bloody affair runs approximately 3 hours.
I was gonna say, why did I not hear about this? Never got into it. Okay, guys, wait. Where do the Lost Media people meet up? Like, do they have a Discord? like, or is it just blame it on Jorge's channel? Is that just like where they all meet up? I'm gonna assume, or Aaron's channel too. How do you guys know all this?
And 58 minutes.
Oh,
and
Reddit.
Contains several noticeable
What
differences
am I
from the
saying?
theatrical versions of Volume 1 and 2. Rather than opening with
I know
the
Blame It on
famous
Horror is like the
Klingon
Godfather
proverb, revenge
of,
is
like,
a dish
Lost
best
Media
served cold,
YouTubers.
the film begins with a dedication to legendary Japanese filmmaker Kinji Fukasaku. I know, I definitely
What the fuck did you just call me? What did you just call me, bro? See, this is why you get demonetized. Bro.
Japanese filmmaker Kinji Fukasaku. I know, I definitely mispronounced that name. It also incorporates the
Nah, bro. If mispronouncing words in YouTube videos is cool, okay? Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. All right? Mispronouncing words is completely okay. But you just cussed at me, though. That's what I'm saying.
Japanese version of Volume 1, restoring several graphic moments that were toned down internationally, including the House of Blue Leaves battle being presented entirely in full color instead of partially black and white. Several scenes were also expanded. The anime backstory of Oren contains additional footage, and while the version screened publicly only restores a
Oh my god, you guys need to stop with the fucking Grand Prix shit. I never in my fucking life had to fucking say that fucking word up until I had to read it in that video, and that video got like 3 million views. In what fucking world is it pronounced Grand Prix? Look this shit up. No, I know it's Grand Prix, but I said Grand Prix. Dude, literally since I played Mario Kart, I would read that shit and be like, Grand Prix. That's Grand Prix. That's a thing, though. And look. I don't even want to be like that. Who the fuck was around me to correct me? My mom that was working? My sister that fucking hated me? Who the fuck was going to correct me? No one corrected me. I'm Grand Prix. Until I became a YouTuber, I said it, and then they got 1.3 million views. Fuck you guys. Fuck you. And of course, no, it comes from the Latin origin, the Italian origin, dude. Oh, yeah, dude, because I'm fucking Italian. I should have known. Fuck you. That's just so annoying. But I don't even say that word. Luckily, I'm not even into Grand Prix. I never say that fucking word. Sorry, future editor Tov. I have to censor a lot.
Small amount of material, Tarantino has stated that a significantly longer 7-minute version of the sequence exists in full. The film also includes a more graphic version of Sophie's defeat, showing her losing both arms on screen during the climatic confrontation with the bride. The transition between the two films was altered as well. Instead of ending with Bill's iconic question, "Is she aware her daughter is still alive?" the first half concludes with the bride declaring they'll be as dead as Oren. An entirely new interlude featuring music bridges the gap between the two stories, helping the combined cut feel like a single continuous film rather than two separate releases stitched together. For years, Kill Bill, the whole bloody
So how long is the whole bloody
affair was
whole bloody affair? How long is that combined? Like when people went to the theater, bro, because I gotta pee every 1 hour. 3 hours? That's literally Oppenheimer. Oh my god. Dude, watching Oppenheimer and I didn't go pee. I was so proud of myself, but
one of the
my bladder was gonna burst. Yo, Starry Heart with the gifted sub. Thank you so much.
most famous unreleased cuts in cinema history. Fans knew it existed. Tarantino frequently discussed it, and occasional screenings proved it was complete. Yet it remained inaccessible to the general public. After more than 20 years of waiting, the film finally escaped its status as lost media and became available for audience worldwide to enjoy it. Felix the Cat is one of the most important characters in animation history. Created in 1919 during the silent film era, Felix became one of the first cartoon characters
I literally love this character design.
to achieve worldwide fame and help establish animation as a legitimate form of entertainment. Over the
Dude, this guy he's such an underrated cartoon character. Like, he's actually so underrated. Maybe he's not so underrated, but he's definitely underrated. Felix the Cat? Damn. Shout out Felix the Cat, bro. Hope you're doing good. He's probably watching, huh? Hey, Felix, if you're in the chat, say what's up.
the course of nearly 2 decades, dozens of Felix shorts were produced and shown in theaters around the world. Unfortunately, a lot of these cartoons did not survive. Like many silent films, a significant portion of the Felix library has been lost to time. The exact number of missing shorts remains unclear, with some films only resurfacing in recent years, while others are rumored to exist in private collections. As a result, Felix the Cat has become a frequent subject within the lost media community. One of those missing cartoons was Felix Trumps the Ace, a silent short that had remained unavailable to the public for decades. While little was known about the film beyond its existence, and like many lost Felix cartoons, some researchers feared that it would never resurface. That changed on March 27th, 2026. The film was rediscovered by the Niles Assaney Silent Film Museum, adding another long-lost title to the growing list of recovered Felix cartoons. The discovery provided animation historians and lost media researchers with another piece of Felix's early filmography, and served as a reminder that even after more than...
Why is Aaron's hair heavy on one side? See, Aaron, this is what I have to deal with every time I stream or upload. They will go for your looks, Aaron. I'm telling you, bro. I was just looking at that. Look at, oh my god, see? Dude, they will go. They will go. Starry Heart again? You're crazy. W Starry Heart. It's almost like if you were to gift 5 subs at once, you'd save money. That'd be crazy if you could do that. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Starry.
In a century, silent films once believed lost can still be found. Cat O' Nine Ales is a 1948 animated short produced by Famous Studios as part of its Buzzy the Crow series. Directed by Seymour, the cartoon follows Buzzy disguising himself as a doctor while attempting to treat a hypochondriac cat named Sam. While it wasn't one of the studio's most famous productions, the short gained attention decades later for a very different reason. For years, Cat O' Nine Ales was considered effectively lost. The cartoon had never received a proper home media release, and surviving prints appeared to be extremely scarce, aside from a known copy held at the UCLA library. Very few people had access to the film, making it one of the most obscure entries in the Famous Studios catalog. That changed on January 26, 2026, when the company Cartoon Logic announced that the short would be included
Joyful Star
in
with the
an
gifted
upcoming
sub.
Blu-ray set produced in collaboration with the Paramount Picture Archives. The collection titled The Famous...
Dude, I love the rubber hose style. There's a reason that's what we started with Exist, or when it was still Earl. You know, he still has like... Wait, does he still have the gloves? Wait, hold up. Because we're moving... Obviously, we've been moving away from Earl for like 2 years now. Wait. At the beginning, he had gloves. Let me see. By the way, these are the last batches of memes that are about Earl. Moving on, everything will be Boo Bear. Joyful Star with the resub for 3 months. Thank you so much. Yeah. So like in our memes, as you can see, Earl has the gloves. And Earlette has her own custom gloves too. Look at that. Look how cute that is. Look at her shirt. But yeah, that does not mean you're not gonna see them anymore. But it does mean that like the rebrand is here, man. The name of the brand is not Earl. So every time, like, I've talked about it before, and I will, if I have to make a second channel video talking about it, I will. But basically, this is easier to market. It is not a name. And you could do so many designs with the word exist. With Earl, it's not scary, you know. And I have a morbid channel. We're going for a scary look, like a you know, darker thing. So like stuff like this, where he's a murderous bear, it really fits with our brand, rather than like, you know, a white guy with a big nose. So I've said that before. You guys sometimes always complain about it, but Boo Bear is our thing, and it's gonna stay like that. So these are our last batches of Earl memes, but you will see Earl in some memes because they're all gonna be Boo Bear now. But you will see Earl make appearances like Easter eggs. Earl had a good run.
Miss Studios Champion Collection was released on April 21st,
Arose 1385. Welcome to Tub Gang.
Finally making the long unavailable.
That was Starry. Starry, another gift. Oh my God, W Starry. Yo, I didn't even read it right. Starry, you're a goat. W Starry.
Accessible to the public. However, there was one major problem. Although the film itself had been recovered, its original audio had not. According to Cartoon Logic, no known audio elements for the short could be located, meaning the Blu-ray release only included the surviving visual footage. As a result, Cat 09 Ales remains only partially recovered with its animation preserved, but its soundtrack still lost. SpongeBob Rehydrated is a CGI animated SpongeBob SquarePants short
I've heard about
created
this
in 2003.
I've heard about this
Styled as a parody of The Matrix Reloaded, the short features SpongeBob dressed as Neo, battling an army of Patrick Star clones modeled after Agent Smith. Despite being only a brief promotional animation, it became the center of a surprisingly
Nickelodeon actually posted, or I think at SpongeBob on Instagram actually like acknowledged this. They acknowledge a lot of their lost media if you go to their Instagram. It's really cool. I don't know if it's really cool though.
Large lost media mystery for more than a decade.
The official account, they acknowledge it.
In 2016 when a few seconds of footage were discovered in a 2003 Nicktoons bumper. Almost nobody knew what the animation actually was. Some believed it was a cutscene from a SpongeBob video game, while others thought it might have been a commercial, a fan animation, or even a forgotten SpongeBob episode that had somehow slipped through the cracks. As the footage spread online, rumors quickly followed. One anonymous user on 4chan even claimed it was a 10-minute short called The Sponge Tricks that had been included on a VHS release of Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. The story was eventually proven false, but the fake title continued circulating throughout the
Oh my God, Starry again with the gifted sub? That's crazy. Starry, you're crazy. You're crazy, actually. No way, another one. Or is that's the same noti? That's the same noti. Wow, W Starry, you're crazy.
The mystery deepened in April 2016 when roughly 30 seconds of footage surfaced in the online portfolio of Nick digital animator Goopy Rossi.
Hi, Kylie.
The discovery finally revealed the short's real title, SpongeBob Rehydrated, and confirmed that it was directly inspired by The Matrix Reloaded.
Tov the type of person to need to breathe. Like, you too old for that. Bro, what the fuck are my viewers, bro? What the hell? I'm only 36. What?
What a shocker. However, the find raised just as many questions.
Let me pay attention.
SpongeBob Rehydrated, and confirmed that it was directly inspired by The Matrix Reloaded. What a shocker. However, the find raised just as
Joyful with the other gifted sub. Oh my God, they're battling it out. ladies, I understand. It's the term. But nah, on some real shit, thank you, Joyful, for the gifted sub.
As many questions as it answered. Nobody knew where the short originally aired, how long it was, or whether additional footage still existed. Even SpongeBob crew members were unsure. At one point, longtime SpongeBob creative director Vincent Waller was shown information claiming it was a full 2017 episode. He initially dismissed it as fake before later admitting he knew nothing about the short and had only assumed it wasn't real because of its dated-looking animation. The search continued for another year with little progress. Then on April 15, 2017, YouTuber Velskibum uploaded a video discussing the mystery.
This dude he's an OG, bro. This dude will make a 4-minute video talking about your niche cartoon that you're into at the moment. And Starry with the sub yourself. Thank you for the sub. Welcome to Tub Gang. Hey, we hit our sub goal. Wow. Wow. W sub goal. I'll update it. But yeah. Shout out Veilski Bum.
Although the video contains several inaccuracies, it renewed public interest in the search. Later that same day, animator Randy Gossman stepped forward and finally explained what the animation
Kylie with the sub. Thank you so much, Kylie. I appreciate you. Welcome to Sub Gang.
actually was. According to Randy, SpongeBob Rehydrated was never an episode at all. It was simply a short extra created by the development team behind the SpongeBob video game Employee of the Month. The animation reused 3D models from another game, Operation Krabby Patty, and may have aired on Nicktoons during the network's early years. Most importantly, Randy revealed that no additional footage existed beyond the 30 seconds that had already been found. What fans had been searching for all along was not a larger project. The 30 seconds was the entire short. While that solved one mystery,
I hate you guys for pointing out about Aaron's hair, because I now I'm focusing it on too. Every time Aaron pops up on screen, I just look at the lopsided hair.
Project. The 30
Dude, I be having the same issues sometimes. Like sometimes one time there was a video where I was recording and like you could see like here, okay, you see how like I use product and I spread my hair out. I like mess it up. It like had like a perfect spot, like a bald, like not a bald spot, but perfect clearance where I like cleared the hairs, and it just looked so ugly. It was like an older video, like my old house. It just was like, oh my god. I didn't point it out. Stop. My chat did. I'm just talking about it. The buzz cut era. No, not the buzz cut era. I'm talking about like actual. I had hair.
Was the entire short. While that solved one mystery, another remained. Randy also revealed that the surviving footage was missing its original audio track. Although the animation itself had been fully recovered, the sound effects and original audio remained lost. That final piece of the puzzle wasn't recovered until nearly a decade later. On May 20th, 2026, the official SpongeBob Instagram account uploaded the short with its original
What did I say?
Intact. After years of
They also did the Squidward Zodiac signs. They also posted. They acknowledged their lost media, which I think is so cool.
speculation, false leads, and confusion over what the animation actually was, SpongeBob Rehydrated was finally recovered in its complete form.
Oh yeah, they acknowledged the creepypasta, the Squidward's, red mist. Yeah, they did a little bit about it, and they changed it in what, Australia and the UK, or just the UK? Yeah, they did that too.
Ween is an American rock band known for its massive catalog of unreleased songs, demos, and studio outtakes. One of the most famous collections of this material came from a special broadcast that aired on July 25th, 2001 through WeenRadio.com, an officially sanctioned fan website.
Wait, he kind of looks like... Okay, wait. Am I reaching? He kind of looks like that one member from Wallows. Like the... Hold up. I thought... That looks like... I'm not reaching. Look, I'll show you really quick. I'm dead ass. Look. Okay. You see him, right?
Of this material.
This is I know it's not the same person.
Broadcast that aired on July 25th, 2000.
Am I reaching? Okay, the one in the middle. Am I reaching? No, guys. That could be his uncle. I don't think I'm reaching. Oh my god, bro. You guys are annoying, bro.
One through WeenRadio.com, an officially sanctioned fan website created with the involvement of Dean Ween. During the event, Dean assembled an hour-long set of rare demos, live recordings, and previously unheard material that quickly became legendary among fans. As time passed, the broadcast itself became lost media. While the setlist survived through fan forums and Usenet posts, much of the actual audio disappeared. Over the years, many songs from the broadcast resurfaced through official releases, bootlegs, and fan recordings. By 2025, 12 of the 16 tracks had been recovered in full, while another survived only as a partial recording.
Another gifted sub. Thank you so much.
Several songs remain completely missing, and no complete recording of the original event was known to exist. That changed on June 3rd, 2026.
How was it found? I'm gonna go ahead and throw a random guess. A random guess. I'm gonna someone recorded it, and they found like a random like someone recorded it. They it's either the thrift store method or the I've always had it and now I'm just gonna let the world have it. You know, there's right. What is the other method? It's like one or the other.
When additional recordings from the broadcast surfaced, providing fans with some of the first direct audio recovered
Or the user themselves, like the creator. Yeah.
from the original stream in years. The discovery added
are
to
the
the growing
Guatemalan goat,
collection
sorry.
of recovered material from the event and
Or a
brought
mistake.
researchers one step closer to reconstructing the legendary broadcast in its entirety. Despite the breakthrough, the search is still ongoing. Several tracks remain missing, and a complete recording of the July 25th, 2001 Ween radio broadcast has never been found. More than 2 decades later, one of the band's most famous collections of unreleased
60
material
FPS.
remains only partially recovered. Shout out to all my patrons.
Ah, that is so sweet. See, I told you guys I support. Look at that. I'm one of his 3 patron supporters, guys. Okay, tell me that isn't so sweet of me. Yeah. I support my fucking friends, dude. Israel of Hebron? Hey, that's not me though. And hey, and Aaron, you know, you never spell my name in all caps, bro. That's disrespect. But shout out Odds. Israel of Hebron? Who's that? Yo, are you in the chat? Tubbs the bottom name? Oh yeah. This is my alt. Yeah.
Israel of Hebron for joining the Morbid Cemetery on Patreon. And thank you guys so much for watching till the end of this video. It truly does mean a lot to me. And if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe because it does truly help the channel a lot, especially a time when YouTube no longer pushes my content, which it is what it is. It's all part of the game, but we will be back very soon. But
Man, shut your dumb ass up, bro. You don't want to watch your
Oh
videos.
my god, bro.
Just kidding. I'll leave a like. Here it is. Boom. There's your like. Y'all go check out Morbid for Fun. Here's what his channel looks like. That was a good video. Good video. Especially since I'm not tapped into Lost Media. Everything's new to me. This is what his channel looks like. You should go subscribe to him. Look at that. He has a video with Charlie. So you want some video with Charlie? There it is. Underrated channel. But I did see that England got eliminated, bro. As long as England got out, bro. Like, and you know, as I always say, I'm not into sports. However, the people that got Mexico out, we need to y'all out. That's just how it is. So whoever got Mexico out, peace. So that's a win in my book. That's a win in my book. I think Argentina's gonna win. Clip that. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a new feature. If I say Twitch clip that, like the VOD does it by itself now. That's a new Twitch thing, by the way. So I guess I just tried it out. Yeah. I can do it manually or I can click it. So I'm gonna say it again. Twitch, clip that. It's like on some Xbox record that. And then I could also click it. Clip copy to clipboard. Let me see this. No way, it's that quick. It's like loading. It's almost like there's like a whole. That's look at that. That's a win in my book. That's a win in my book. Isn't that crazy now? Isn't that crazy? It has captions. I think Argentina's gonna win. Clip that. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a new feature. If I say Twitch clip that, like the VOD does it by itself now. That's a new Twitch thing, by the way. So I guess I just tried it out. That's actually so cool. All right, let's see what they're up to on streaming at Stream University. Let's watch. Let's see what Ron's doing really quickly.
Yeah. You ready? I'm gonna watch. You picked up?
All right, let's see what Canel's doing.
Really?
Oh.
Can we see your shot?
Yeah.
So they're all doing a basketball segment.
It's not working. All right, let's see how she shoots.
I don't wanna like.
It's okay. You don't need to. Here, I'll give you context. The popular one on this one is this guy right here on the right of the screen. His name's Canel. He blew up from prank videos. So it's really, and that's Bonnie. She's another popular streamer. She came from, I believe, being a webcam girl back in the day. And there's the Lefty. Lefty helped me set up my streams right here. The bald guy. Hey, W Lefty. Wait, I actually do have a mutual at Stream University then. Yes. Lefty, we made it. Who is he cameramanning for then? What? Shout out Lefty. He's the one that like told me everything to buy for Camp Moist. Wow. All right, they look like they're about to play a game of basketball. Wow. If only I was there. Just kidding. That would be fun though. But instead I'm stuck here talking to you guys. Ew. Nah, just kidding. Okay, guys. I want to react to the Mandela effect Iceberg. However, it is about an hour and 30 minutes long. That is crazy. I mean, I'll still do it. We got time today. I know you guys are on Twitch now. But before we get into that, there is a Folk Valley trend. Has anyone heard of Folk Valley? The trend is pretty harsh. And we're going to get into that right now. I don't know if it's going to be its own video. It might be. But just it gets pretty harsh. Let me go get some water. I'll be back. I'm gonna be like XQC, just leaving my chair to react. But I'll be back. Actually, I'm gonna leave music because I'm gonna get water and take a pee-pee. I'll give you a song. There you go. Alright, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be back.
I'm just coasting, drop the top and roll straight. SMVCC 805 is the go state. Ain't no place that I'd rather be than the BIG, BAD13C. I got love for the place that raised me, even though times get a little crazy. So I gotta give love back, either gangbang slang or pull a motherfucking jack. It's all good cause I'm driving nice cars. Pretty soon 25 to life spent behind bars. A ruthless lifestyle cause I'm a son of a gun. I'm only 19, but will I live to see 21? A local motherfucker, so you better step back. Try to pull a jack, I'll feed you bullets for a fucking snack. Pero ahorita que se up on the land. They're coming from T-Track, por vida loco sureño.
Two locs smashing deep in my city. Once I'm acting up just because I'm rolling clean in a Chevy. Dark skin Mexican, standing 5'4". Put the pedal to the floor, hit my glass backs roll. Hit the corner with the passion, on my way to the market. T-Tray shotgun with a blunt, ready to spark it. 10:30 in the morning, but I don't care. Hit the switch, lock it up, chronic smoke in the air. Hard glare with my locs on, ready to make some hits. Ready to make some grip with my dope ass lyrics. Stacking up my pay food like regular. And just then, my homie Bones hits me up on my cellular. Feeling to break off a couple rocks from my ass. So I hook it on up as I cruise down the overpass. Hit the stove, filling up my cup to the rim. All the while feeling jail from the bud, so I grin.
When I get lost, feel I've been crossed, she will be my salvation. When I get lost, feel I've been crossed, she will be my salvation.
Now let me introduce the G's, the LOCs. Let me get my sip on as I'm gliding through the breeze. Keep on mashing as the tracks keep dropping. Ain't no stopping when I'm up and hopping. Jump the ride to the side, causing havoc with my homies. Blowing indo smoke, dipping through to the oldies. Every day, yeah, my life is getting better and better. Blaze a Vega in the morning, then I'm down for whatever.
Okay.
Deluxe pick me up about 11:32.
My cousin is coming over. My cousin Marlon is coming over this weekend, so you're gonna see me stream with him. It'll probably be short segments since every time I'm with an unplanned guest, because he's not a creator. It's my family. It's short. But however, isn't it crazy? I'm not muted. I can see my meter. Imagine having your name be Marlon and a streamer blows up with that as the name. Like his name isn't even like Marlon, the streamer. Every time I talk about my own cousin, imagine like he doesn't even, I don't even know if he likes even saying his name, you know? Like imagine everyone just, oh Marlon, oh Marlon. Imagine, like, dude, oh my god, I'd be fucking pissed. So yeah, he goes like a bunch of he just goes by his username. It's like Party Boy. I don't know if he changed it again, but yeah, dude, that sucks. I would fucking hate it. Anyway, all right. So with Folk Valley, P.S. Michael with the sub. Thank you so much. Welcome to Tub Gang. Okay. So with the Folk Valley, the only thing I know about Folk Valley trend is that it's people getting hurt and they put like an X-ray. If there's anything that's TOS, I will have to just click off. That's not even okay. Hold on. This is what I saw, I think. I'm pretty sure this is what I saw. Yeah. All right, run it back. Dude, that has to hurt. Wait, he was wearing a skeleton on his shirt? Coincident. Oh, what are they doing? Okay, that's just a skit. That's just a skit. That doesn't count. These are just skits, though. These are just skits, and they put a filter, and it's just like, okay. Let's see. Folk Zoo. That's just AI. There's just AI. I don't even want to, like, okay, I like the skate. The skate ones are real. Wait, hold on. What if he gets... It's just him getting hit by a car. Is it really come to a point where like we can't even talk about Folk Valley on Twitch? Not talk about show. I thought it was just a trend about like getting hurt while skating or getting hurt while doing an activity. Oh, let me guess. It's the classic internet thing where edgy teenagers like start posting gore, like always. So here's a meme about it. Of course. How it feels watching go straight gore. It's the classic thing, bro. We can't have anything. Oh my fucking god. You literally can't do fucking anything. It's slowly shit. I used to do Reddit 50/50 for fun. Damn, that's how you know you're fucking old. Dreams, you're old, right? You're older than me, right? That means you're old. All right. We're not covering that then. I'm 21. Cap. That's a rough 21.
Oh my god, bro. Oh,
see, but when I flame you, I'm a dickhead, right? But when I flame you, it's wrong. But when you all flame me now, oh, it's okay. But when I do it, it's wrong. Okay. Let's see what you guys have in my Discord. Okay, we have a bunch of like commentary channels, but I'm thinking the Mandela effect is probably going to be what we end up doing. I like doing like little in between segments, you know? Like little in between segments. Excuse I. Okay. Freaking I did want to ask you guys, okay, if there's so many people streaming, by the way, like there's a website named streameruniversity.watch where it gives you all the streamers. Like it makes its own little version of Twitch. And look, it has dean, it has professors, it has club directors. Like it's all sectioned off for the people that are at Streamer University. If all these people are streaming, why do you guys still choose to watch me? Aww. Oh my god, we should we should do. Let me see. Should we just like troll some people? Oh my god, wait. Okay, so I saw people where like they would get their chat and it was so fucked up. Like, I don't want to do this version, but I'm gonna give you an example. When Kaisenat was doing the revealing, other streamers were like, okay, let's go to this guy, and then everyone put Kai picked you, Kai picked you, Kai picked you. So do you think with 128 viewers, dude, we could get like 30 of you guys to go to someone and be like, no, that's so fucked up. That's so fucked up. Okay, let's watch. Let's just watch here. I'll show you guys what he did though. I can't do that, bro. No, I have a reputation. I can't do that. But I will show you the guy that they did it to, bro. That crash out's valid though. Let me see. I know I sent it. Oh my god. I have to find it now. I know it's in my group chat, but I have to find it. Where is it? Oh my god, dude. Everyone's clipping Streamer University. You can't even find that. Oh, I'm gonna find it. Don't worry. Dude, does anyone else? Okay, I'm gonna assume everyone has a group chat with their friends. Point blank period. I'm gonna assume everyone has a group chat with their friends. Dude, we send so many memes every day. I'm gonna have to scroll up. Yo, DJ No Nipples, funny name. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Welcome to Tub Gang. I'm looking for it. Don't worry, I'm gonna find it. I know I sent it, so at least I can find it like that. Okay, if you guys don't have a friend group that has or you don't have a group chat, you're probably the friend that got left out of the group chat because they don't fuck with you, by the way. Oh, I found it. Guys, I found it. How do I watch it? What? How do I watch the meme? Why can I only see the thumbnail? Okay, wait. I can forward it to someone? Okay, I'm gonna send it to my own fucking exist account. What the fuck? Instagram? Dude, I'm telling you, Instagram and TikTok do not care about PC users. Obviously, why would they? Come on, dude. Oh my fucking god, bro. It didn't. Where is it? I'm actually gonna get pissed off. No, I'm not actually, but like still. It's not popping up, bro. Whatever. Long story short, the guy gets hyped up and he's like, they picked me. And then everyone's just like, nah. And then he's just like, he gets super sad. There you go. There's the fucking clip. Aww. But anyway. So fucking annoying. But. What was the thing? Okay, no one noticed. Okay, does anyone notice anything about... Let me get a good song. Does anyone notice anything about my face that's different? Someone's gonna get it. Not the glasses, not a haircut, not the facial hair. Someone said something. Zomcat, you got it. I pierced my other ear. I have 2 piercings now. I no longer have just 1 earring. I have both my ears pierced. You got it. Yep. And I have to keep this one in for 2 weeks, but I got even bigger earrings. I got some gems, bruh. I got some fucking gems. Y'all gonna see in 2 weeks. But yeah. But you can't see because of the fucking earphones. But yeah, I finally have both my ears pierced. It's not just one side. What was the... Oh yeah, dude, it was so sporadic getting it because I went to a mall to get my watch fixed. I had to get this watch fixed. Flex. Look at that skeleton, bitch. But I was just at the mall, I was walking to it, and then I was just like, wait, I see the place to get pierced, and I'm like, fuck it, and I just did it, and dude, it didn't hurt at all. And piercings never hurt, bro. I'm gonna be honest, piercings never hurt. What hurts are tattoos. Tattoos hurt, but piercings don't hurt. Can you read the watch? Fuck no. Hell no. You think I'm ever gonna look at this watch to tell the time? Hell no. I'm getting my phone every time. No one buys these types of watches to actually tell time, bro. It's just a statement. Fuck, imagine. What's the time? 8:03. Shut up, bruh. Shut up. I'm not doing that. But where should I get my first piercing? Tell I'm gonna let you pick. No. How about you shut the fuck up? Imagine. I'm just kidding. No. I don't know. Probably the ear. The ear is like the easiest option. Okay, guys. I don't wanna be a dickhead, you know? But like, okay. So, obviously this is Streamer University 2. I follow some people from Streamer University 1, and it's just interesting to me that they're streaming themselves watching it. It's giving like, and I know I'm gonna sound like a dickhead, but it deadass is giving like, bro, let it go. Like it's just like, oh, like I feel bad, like, bro, like garner your audience, you know, like get your audience, dude, like. A YouTuber I watch about news said it perfectly. He's like, some people were seeing getting accepted into Streamer University as you make it or you don't, like in life. But he said you need to see that as an acceleration, because I didn't get in. I clip farmed it. It has 700,000 views on Instagram. Like, take advantage, you know? And then your goal should be get people to like you, you know? Like, there are, like, always garner your audience. You know, a person I look up to that talks like this is Joe Bart. He always says, like, Twitch is the hardest place to grow on the platform itself. It's so weird. You're not going to be found here. You got to blow up somewhere else and bring them to Twitch. He keeps it real, bro. He keeps it mad real. That's why I fuck with him. But anyway, Mandela effect Iceberg. I feel like,
okay, so
this is an hour and 40 minutes. I feel like we can watch the whole thing, guys. I actually do feel like we can watch the whole thing. However, I will not be able to pause that much because it's such a big video. Okay. This is my first time reacting to an iceberg instead of making one. So that's really sweet. So yeah, this is a 3-year-old video. So maybe some of you guys have seen it. I really don't care. But we're going to watch the whole thing. We're going to try to, unless something comes up. But, this is by a YouTuber named Source Brew. I'm sure you guys know what the Mandela effect is. It's when you misremember something, and you remember it a certain way, but in reality, you look back and you're like, wait, it was never that way. You know what I mean? But yeah, YouTube viewers, like I just said to my chat, I don't think I'm going to be able to pause that much. It's already an hour and 40. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower the volume every time I have to say something. But yeah, you know I'm a yapper. I know. Especially being an Iceberg YouTuber. I wouldn't say I'm a retired Iceberg YouTuber because it's been less than a year. Like I made one 10 months ago, the whole month of November. No, yeah, that was shit, man. Hey, am I like an OG of icebergs though? I feel like that's a good way to describe me. But anyway, let's watch the Mandela effect one.
Okay, so the Mandela effect.
Oh, let me turn up the audio. Give me a second.
You remember that time when you saw something that was so familiar, yet something about...
Alright, restart.
Okay, so the Mandela effect. You remember that time when you saw something that was so familiar, yet something about it was off? Something maybe you couldn't quite put your finger on until someone pointed it out? Maybe a changed letter, a small design choice, a few missing or changed words or phrases in a quote? This is the Mandela effect. The idea of shared false memories. Because maybe you could write this off as just something that you thought was odd, but when many people begin to remember something being slightly or even sometimes very different from the truth, it makes you start to question what's really going on here. Sometimes it might be something small and insignificant that you can look past, but sometimes it'll be something so ingrained in your memory, something so personal that you swear you remember it being different. That idea is called the Mandela effect, the concept of shared false memories, which have many different explanations, from parallel and alternate universes to social and cognitive reinforcement of alleged and incorrect details. One thing is for certain though. These cases of the Mandela effect are very interesting to look at and examine. So today, we're going to do just that with this iceberg created by Silent Chatterbox52, who also created another iceberg I covered a while ago, the unused and cut video game content iceberg.
Oh my god, I want to watch that so bad. That has to be an offline watch, bro. I cannot watch a 3 hour and 30-minute video on stream because I add commentary. Bro, that shit would be 6 hours. YouTube viewers, would you guys be interested in me watching a 3 hour and 30-minute video where I do pause?
Oh my God.
Yo.
Oh, hell no, man.
We'd literally make a 6 hour video, bro. Low-key, no. Oh my god. We need a pause counter.
But this one here has quite a bit to offer, broken up into 7 tiers, with each of them getting more obscure and strange as it goes on. We start from the most well-known cases and get down to the more weird and uncanny ones. So without further delay, let's jump into the Mandela effect iceberg.
Alright, let's go. Wow.
Nelson Mandela died in prison. The one that started it all. Not only is it one of the most well-known cases, but it's also the very case that this is even named after, as it relates to a false memory held by a lot of people that the former president of South Africa and activist Nelson Mandela died in prison sometime in the 80s, when in fact he lived on for much longer, dying in December of 2013 at the age of 95. It's a somewhat understandable case when you realize he spent 27 years in prison, but it's also kind of weird because he became the president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999, and you'd think that'd be something that more people would remember. And don't get me wrong, some did, but I guess when it comes to America and other Western countries, this wasn't as well known of a fact. Although many of those who claim to remember Mandela dying in prison in the 80s also recall news reports and coverage of the event, leading to wild theories of conspiracies and parallel universes.
Due to our ages, we don't really relate to this one, right?
We know it.
Like, this one was never, like, we know it's the name of it, but we just, I don't remember this, you know. This
Berenstein Bears. This is also one of the most well-known cases, and for some also one of the most compelling, due to it being a part of a lot of people's childhoods. So let me just come right out of the gate with this. Which of these two spellings seems correct to you?
I always forget which is correct now due to how much this has been spoken about. I always forget which one is the correct one. But if I were to, like right now, I don't even remember. If I were to, I've never seen it spelled stain. I would assume it's Berenstain like this. Like I see more last names spelled like this. So I would assume it's left.
Is it Berenstain Bears or Berenstein Bears? Well, most people would say Berenstein, but actually it's always been Berenstain, which a lot of people just can't wrap their heads around.
Or is he talking about pronunciation?
And I definitely get it. I don't really remember growing up with this book series too much, but just looking at the spelling, I mean, Berenstein just seems correct, right? And I think that's what a lot of this boils down to. Most people are familiar with last names including Steen, but not Stain. That's pretty uncommon.
I think they were just trying to be different. I remember these from my childhood, but it wasn't too crazy. That's why I don't get too passionate about this one, because I'm like, I was never like, I saw it with my own eyes. I just didn't.
The simple explanation behind this one.
It's just a weird spelling.
It was most likely just misremembered and even misread and misspoken for years, simply because of this rare spelling.
They do want to be different so bad, though. Like, who's spelling it like that?
Sinbad's Shazam.
Wait, is that a Call of Duty sound effect when he's typing it out? Like,
of this rare spelling.
Yeah, is that like Black Ops? That's Black Ops 2. That's Black Ops 2, right? Wait, I'm not tripping, right?
Shazam. This one is really interesting because it's a false memory of an entire movie that some people claim to remember from their childhoods. A film titled Shazam, which starred the American stand-up comedian Sinbad, who was said to play a genie in the film, which was thought to have released in the 1990s. However, there are a couple of different explanations for this one. First off, in 1996, there actually was a film called Kazam that starred Shaq as a genie, which a lot of people probably just misremembered. Also, Sinbad himself chimed in, saying that he did do a skit where he was dressed as a genie, which some people might have confused for an actual film. Also, can't forget to mention, in 2017, he was involved in an April Fool's prank with College Humor, where they made a short film starring him as the genie, with supposed lost footage from Shazam.
They be confusing
Curious
people.
George's Tale.
Okay, before we get into this one, let me see. I'm raw dogging the memory right now. Pause, hold up.
Oh my god.
But, does Curious George have a tail? From what I remember, going to Universal Studios and seeing him in the parking, I would say no. Or he has like a nub, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Apparently Curious George never had a tail.
Yeah, no, I never remembered him having a tail.
Even going back through basically every piece of Curious George media, it's just not there, which is strange. I mean, doesn't this image just look off?
No, it doesn't.
Like, which one of these do you remember?
The one on the right.
For me, the tail definitely looks better.
No, it doesn't.
But I think this is just because we almost always associate monkeys with tails. So seeing one without a tail is just such a weird thing that we don't even really acknowledge it.
Nah. Y'all just being annoying. I'm gonna call it how it is, bro. I'm reacting. No, it was never spelled. It was never spelled Toons. I know this one because I'm a huge fan of Daffy Duck. As you guys know. No, it was never tunes. It was always music tunes. I don't know why they did it. I don't know why. I don't know.
Looney Tunes. So, which one of these spelling?
The one on the right, bro. You're gonna hate my reaction. It's the one on the right.
The Looney Tunes looks correct to you. For me and a lot of other people, we immediately remember tunes as in cartoons, but actually this isn't the correct spelling, strangely enough. It's always been spelled tunes, like as in music, I guess. This one is just so strange.
I wonder if because I was always just a big fan of Daffy Duck since I was like a kid. That's why I'm like, nope. Every time I see this Mandela effect, I wonder if there is like a huge Berenstain fan out there that was always like, yeah, you guys are idiots. It was always Berenstain. You know, like for each Mandela effect, there has to be a huge fanatic that's just like, nope, you guys were always wrong. And I guess this one's mine.
Aspect, at least when it was initially created. Monopoly Man's monocle.
He never had one, right?
This one's also pretty crazy.
Yeah. This looks weird. This is the right one, right?
So, which of these looks right to you?
I hope it's the
Is
one
the
on the right.
one with the monocle or without?
Without, right?
Because
Without?
apparently he never had the monocle.
Oh, okay.
Crazy stuff. I mean, this just looks weird to me.
No, it
Again, I think this
doesn't,
one
bro.
boils down to associations and filling in gaps of memory. Because we usually associate these eyeglasses with old guys with top hats and mustaches. Also, it could be because of the mascot
Probably.
Mr. Peanut from the company Planters, who does in fact wear the monocle. And apparently there were also some obscure instances in which the Monopoly guy did have the monocle, but generally he is seen without one. Luke, I am your father.
Oh, what is this one? I know it's Star Wars, but I remember seeing something about this. Is it the way he says it? Like, the cadence, right? Luke, I am your... Is it... Oh, watch the video, Tub.
Despite this being one of the most quoted lines
Or he doesn't say Luke, right? He doesn't say Luke?
in movie history,
Something- it's
it's
something.
almost always misquoted, leading to this being one of the most popular and interesting cases of the Mandela effect in film. Everyone recognizes the
crazy.
iconic line from Darth Vader as,
just, "I am
"No,
your father."
Luke, I am your father." But that's not actually what he says in the film. Really, he says,
No, I am your father.
Now, my thoughts on why this is misquoted are pretty simple. I think the quote just changed slightly over time so that people could actually understand what they were trying to say.
Good point.
Because nothing is more awkward than saying something and waiting for someone to react, just for them not to get the reference. So I think people just added this small additional context to the quote so that people could easily recognize it. And
Yeah.
after that, it just spread and many people adopted it and it just kind of stuck.
I'm not even trying to be different, but like, I think Star Trek is a lot cooler than Star Wars. Ever since I did the little like cartoons that talked about adult topics, I just like Star Trek a little bit more. But you know, I'm a normie perspective, so Star Wars fanatics don't like cry at that opinion, please. There is no dash, right? That's the one for this one. It's this one.
One isn't too crazy, at least compared to the other spelling ones in this list. Still, do you remember there being a hyphen between kit and cat? Well, some people do, but I gotta say I don't. Looking at them both side by side, the one without it looks right to me, to be honest. But I guess people assumed it did have this hyphen because it sounds like two words put together. Pikachu's colored tail. This one really got me, and I'm not even that big of a Pokemon.
Is it the one on the... I actually don't know. I actually don't know this one. If I had to guess, I'm assuming the one on the right. He has a black tail?
fan or anything.
It's
I mean,
the
I
one
played a couple of the games when I was a kid, but still, one of these just looks off, right?
It's left?
Let me rephrase that. Which of these do you remember from the games, the anime, whatever? This one, right? With the black
so
tip
it's-
on the tail?
it's not
Because
maybe
that one actually isn't correct. Pikachu has actually never had black on its tail.
Wait. This is crazy. I never really paid attention to Pikachu. Like, I actually never, like, paid attention to him. Wait, he's so cute. Wait, what the fuck?
Oh my god, bro.
Bro, I'm serious. I never had, like, a crazy Pokemon phase. I just like the design of Gengar. I like Dragonite. I like Mewtwo. But, like, I never really, like, got into it too crazy. He's so cute. He's so cute. Wait, I didn't know he was so cute. What the fuck? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Mario, I was playing Mario, bro. I was not playing Pokemon. I was playing New Super Mario Bros. On DS and on the Wii.
But this could be explained by a couple of things. For one, Pikachu's evolutions do have
is that
black on
Pichu?
their tails.
Pichu?
Also, it seems that there could be black on the tip because it would actually match his ears.
Yeah.
But it doesn't end there for Pikachu Mandela effects, because apparently Pikachu has 2 brown stripes on its back. Now, a lot
I
of
wouldn't know
people
that.
probably already knew this, but this just comes down to Pikachu not really revealing his back too much, at least from what I've seen. But still, it does look kind of odd to me, to be honest.
You guys are weird, bro. Robber
emoji?
That's never existed, right?
Cases like these are really interesting, as it involves something that people remember that has never even existed. In this case, it relates to a robber emoji that many people remember vividly, even
Bro,
giving descriptions.
Stop. They're just trying to
and artists
mute. They're just trying to make stuff up. No, this was never a thing. Y'all keep trying to force a Mandela effect. No, dude, I swear. In iOS 7, when it dropped, there was a robber emoji. No, there wasn't. Please stop trying to be different. Please. Please. Go outside.
Message, like using the money bag plus one of the people ones, but I'm not too sure with this one. It's definitely interesting.
Okay.
Interview with a vampire. So I don't know too much about this one, so I can't speak from personal experience, but for those of you who know about this novel or its adaptations, which of these sounds correct to you? Is it interview with a vampire or interview with the vampire? To me, I immediately think interview with a vampire, but no, it's actually...
What is this topic? I don't even know this one. Tom Cruise?
But many people also remember it being the former. There's a couple of theories on this one. First, if you say interview with the vampire fast enough, it can kind of sound like you're just saying a vampire, which over time may have changed what people thought the title really was.
Yeah, that makes sense. Look, because with the, it has TH and then TH with a. So it could sound like with a. Yeah. This one makes sense.
Or it could also be that people just think a vampire sounds better than the vampire. Because I guess usually in a story there's not just one. Life is like a box of chocolates. So we've got another misquote here, one from the iconic film Forrest Gump, and I'm starting to notice a trend here. It really is the most used movie quotes that get changed over time, and it's pretty interesting. Anyway, this refers to the scene where Forrest is sitting on a bench and says the line, "Life is like a box of chocolates."
Bro, I've never seen this movie, bro. I've never seen this movie. I didn't even know Bubba Gump from Universal Studios was based on this. I had no idea until like Brandon told me. This is Run Forrest Run, right? Wait, hold on.
Actually, no. What he really said was,
my mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Not too big of a difference there. Probably.
Wait, so why was it a big deal when he starts running? Why was it Run Forrest Run? Why was it a big deal? Was he like paraplegic? Could he not run?
Just people changing the quote.
Let me know. I low-key cried because he couldn't run. Oh, that's where Gen A comes from. This is where everything. Oh my god, I didn't know.
Febreze.
Oh, the spelling.
Another small spelling one, but
it's the one on the right? I remember this one caught me off guard.
So this one is interesting. Take a look at these two spellings. Which one looks correct to you? If you said Febreze with two E's, surprisingly you'd be incorrect. It only has one E, and always did. Although this one can be pretty easily explained, I think, because obviously the actual word breeze is spelled with two E's, so our brains, I guess, just make the association between that word and the brand Febreze, especially when you say it out loud. It sounds like it should have two E's. Oscar Mayer.
Is that the mustard?
Here's another simple spelling one.
Wait, what company is this? I don't know. It's a hot dog thing, right? Oscar. I never said Mayer. I always said Oscar Mayer if I had to say it. I would assume. I don't even know, bro. Is it? I actually don't.
Looks right. If you said Oscar Mayer with an A, then you would be correct. That's not how many people, including myself, remember the spelling of this meat brand. I think this is yet again just a case of people assuming it was spelled with an E due to that being the more common spelling of this.
But this does look better.
Hello, Clarice.
Huh? Stop looking at me like that, bro.
So, is this what you remember Hannibal Lecter saying in Silence of the Lambs? Or do you remember
YouTube comments
him saying
are about to flame me? How does Tuv not know these movies? Bro. Cause I'm 20. I'm not 24. I'm 20. Okay. Just kidding.
This misquote has been going around for many, many years, starting only shortly after the release of the film in the 90s, as there is a Hello Clarice impersonation and quote by Jim Carrey in the film Cable Guy from 1996. Although this could be the actual origin of this misquote, which would be interesting.
Starry Heart with another gifted sub? Yo, you're the MVP. Starry Heart, you're an MVP. You're the MVP. Wow. The Mandela effect. My Mandela effect for you is that you gifted 5 subs. I don't know. You gifted 10 subs. So if it's wrong, then why don't you just make it right and just give 10 subs right now? That's the Mandela effect that I'm thinking about. So maybe you could just do that one. Just kidding.
Fruit of the Loom Cornucopia. Now, this one, for me at least...
Did he say Chromacopia by Tyler? No, I'm playing. It was always this one. I remember people arguing about this. And it would never had that thing.
These 2 images for the logo of the
company. It never had that.
Which of these looks right to you? Doesn't it seem like the one missing this thing, the cornucopia, is wrong? Well, apparently...
Joyful Star with another gifted sub. You know what? You're an MVP as well. Thank you so much. Are you guys deadass battling it out for gifting subs? Hey, I don't mind.
No, this is the actual logo. There is no cornucopia on it. Now, this is just strange. How did so many of us misremember this strange item being behind the fruit?
I used to buy these underwear all the time. I remember. Well, I didn't buy them. My mom would buy them for me. I was like 5. I would remember seeing the cornucopia, the chromacopia. Dreams, Dreams with the gifted sub. That's so sweet. Thank you, Dreams.
1994 newspaper article. The logo is described as having a cornucopia in it. I guess the best explanation for this is that cornucopias in general are usually accompanied by fruits in any image you Google. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what this thing is meant to do in the first place, so it could just be the association factor. Still, this is one of the most interesting and compelling cases.
I'll give it credit. Yeah, it is interesting, but... Case Panic. You actually...
Sex in the City.
Oh, Dreams. Dreams gifted a case. Nice. W Dreams, bro. Sex in the City.
I don't know much about this sitcom series, but right out of the gate, this small title change seems like another case.
Which one is it, guys? Sex in the City or it's Sex and the City, but we always thought it was in, right? Sex and the City, right? Because I only heard about jokes in Family Guy, but
of it sounding different when said, which may have made people believe the title was slightly different. What am I even talking about here? Well, there's an HBO drama series from the 90s called Sex and the City, although some people remember it being called or titled Sex in the City. Mona Lisa never smiled.
Oh, so okay. Was Mona Lisa cracking a little like a, you know what I mean? Like, or was she just like?
That title is a little bit of a spoiler.
I low-key remember her, when I think of Mona Lisa, I actually think of her like cracking a little smile. I'm not gonna lie. Really? She never was like.
But before I show you the Mona Lisa, think of what the painting looks like in your head.
I always thought she...
Now, which of these looks like what you pictured? For me, it was definitely...
I thought it was left.
The one with no smile. But that's the fake one. She really did have a smile on her face in the real painting.
Oh, no, I was right. Oh, yeah, no, that's how I remembered it.
Which is really interesting. It's been said that the expression can look a little different from certain angles, but to me...
Mona Lisa, what do you mean? Na 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 na. Tell me about yeah. Y'all know that one? What does he say? I forgot. The ballad of Mona Lisa. I don't even know how the fucking song goes anymore. Damn, I'm old.
It definitely seems like a smile on the real Mona Lisa, despite some recreations and replicas looking a little different. Fruit Loops.
Alright, with the bird, right? The toucan?
Alright, you know the drill by now. Which of these do you remember?
I was never the biggest fan of Fruit Loops. You guys are gonna crucify me for that. I was always a chocolate cereal type of guy. Cocoa Pebbles, bitch. But damn, I honestly wouldn't be able to tell you guys, bro. I don't know, man. If I had to guess, I would say left, because it's always what you don't think it is.
Because if you said Fruit Loops with fruit spelled correctly, then you'd actually be wrong. This is the correct one. It's another case of a
I never really got
but
into them. I
strange
never really got
spelling
into
choice that is just so weird that we choose as humans to not recognize it.
Okay, I'm gonna pull an XQC moment. I'm gonna leave the video playing. I just need to go grab my phone. I realize that it's not on my desk. I know, I'm gonna pull an XQC. You're just gonna screenshot it and then judge me for the rest of my fucking career about it. I know. I'm gonna be back so quick.
At least that goes for some of us anyway. But hey, now you know. Volkswagen logo is connected. Now, this one is pretty funny because it's such a small detail, but it turns out a lot of people who either owned a Volkswagen or saw them years ago remember seeing no gap in the logo, which of course...
When I'm driving and I look at a Volkswagen logo, which I don't really look at it, I would see... Fuck. I think left.
This is now present. Now, it's one of those things that's such a small detail that I think people just omitted it from their memory, as it really serves no purpose and honestly looks better without it. Plus, it's actually so small, who is even gonna notice that unless you point it out?
It is. Yeah, I was right. Okay. This is basically, are you right or wrong?
C-3PO never had a silver leg.
Never. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I'm not even a big Star Wars guy or anything, but this was just crazy to me when I first saw it. Which of these do you remember from the movies, or even anything Star Wars related?
I did not.
Because if you said the one without the silver leg, that's wrong. Apparently he's always had this silver leg, even since the original trilogy.
That's really
even
cool,
the
though.
toys and everything have this silver leg.
That's
and
so
somehow
cool.
I and many others just never noticed. Although there are some old figures that have both legs gold. Still, it's a weird one for sure.
I like that. That's a cool design.
Jiffy.
Now,
this one didn't really get me like some of the others because I literally always buy this brand of...
It's just Jif though, right? Yeah, it is. It's just Jif. It's not Jiffy. That's the
peanut
Spoiler
butter,
alert.
But for some, the Jif brand just doesn't seem right. And they remember it being called Jiffy, with the jar looking something like this. And I mean, to be honest, Jiffy does sound more like a peanut butter brand than Jif. Like, I feel like I've heard a lot of people call it Jiffy, so I guess that might have perpetuated this misconception.
Oh, I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Hey, can someone make me one real quick? Imagine that's how the internet works.
Ford logo with no squiggle. More car stuff. Not gonna take too much time with this one. It's a really small difference, but something
I don't even know the difference. Oh, the little squiggle right here. I'm gonna assume it's the bottom one.
That a lot of people feel pretty strongly about. I think Joe Rogan even weighed in on this one. Basically, the Ford logo has this small squiggle on the F that most people don't notice and don't remember because it's such a small thing. Not as small as the Volkswagen gap, but still, that's why I think many people don't remember it.
I didn't even know that.
Elementary, my dear Watson. So this one's pretty simple and a little different because the quote, "Elementary, my dear Watson," was not in any of the original books written by Arthur Doyle. However, it is actually what was said in the movies, and is the actual origin of this quote. So less of a Mandela effect situation, and more of just something that didn't come from the original source material.
Yeah, I'm not too interested in that one. That's why they didn't really pay attention to that one. Tier 3.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
It's not that, right? It's mirror, mirror on the wall. Yeah, it's not that, right? Mirror, mirror.
This is one of those quote ones that is just wild to me.
Oh, magic
so,
mirror.
Anyway, whoever's seen the Disney animated
Magic Mirror on
film
the
Snow
Wall.
White and the Seven Dwarves knows this quote.
I should
Hell,
know.
even if you haven't
I
seen
named
the
the song
movie,
after it.
you've probably heard it at one point or another. The scene in question shows the evil queen with the mirror. And what does she say? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Well, no. Actually, she says this.
Magic mirror on the wall,
Wait, I did the same thing. Wait, oh my god. Wait, I accidentally created, no, or like, whoa, I'm a dumbass. Wait, on my song, I named my song Magic Mirror, but in the song I say mirror, mirror, right? Okay, wait, hold up. Wait, no way, it got me too. Literally, Magic Mirror.
Maybe I've been stepping all out of line, and maybe I shouldn't drink while I go out and drive.
Where is
Every
it?
time I see you, I can't deny. I hope we fall in love in another life. And you don't even gotta be my fucking wife.
Where is it?
I want you in my life till I fucking mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all?
Oh my god.
You don't gotta make this worse. If I break the mirror, well, I...
Wow. Wow. Even I did that? Yo. I didn't think about it. That's interesting.
Who is the fairest one of all?
That one word change has got people scratching their heads. I mean, just look at the comments on clips of this scene. Everyone remembers it mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yeah,
Again, I
because
think
Tubb
this is
said
just
it.
a perpetuated misquote.
Literally, once I said it, everyone else thought it was that. You know what I mean?
Mirror, which just goes to show how deep this misquote was ingrained in our culture. Really fascinating stuff.
She got that Tubb hairline.
Depends adult diapers. Now I gotta say, I didn't expect adult diapers of all things to appear on a Mandela effects list, but here we are. Anyway, some people remember
Dreams, you probably know about this one, right?
it being called depends instead of just depend. And interestingly, out of all things, this is one of the cases that is most compelling for some people. However, I have seen some point out that this could be a simple case of people adding on the S to make it sound plural, which is something that some people do with other brands and products.
How many tiers are there?
Risky Business dance scene. In the film Risky Business, there's a scene with Tom Cruise dancing and singing, and it's one of the most famous scenes from the film. So much so that it was even parodied in The Simpsons. And curiously, even in that version, Homer can be seen wearing sunglasses. Not just there too, there are other parodies of the scene, and pretty much all of them have the person wearing sunglasses, even though Tom Cruise wasn't wearing any in the actual scene. Now, there's kind of an explanation for this one, because in the film, Tom Cruise's character is constantly seen wearing the sunglasses. So you begin to associate the character of Ricky with the glasses, and maybe your mind just remembers them because they were in a lot of the other scenes in the film and even on the posters. But not only that, the parodies of the scene also probably perpetuated this, because they might have used the glasses to help show the audience who and what they were actually making a parody of. It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Mr. Rogers?
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
So, did that sound right?
Yeah, that's why the plush undersold. Bay Amber, you weren't subscribed, Amber, this whole time? Welcome to Tubb Gang. Welcome to Tubb Gang.
To you? Or do you remember It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood?
We hit our
because that's what a lot of people who grew up with this show remember. But it's not actually the case.
I didn't grow up with this show.
Now,
I barely
this one
saw
is
it, but
kind
it
of
was
understandable.
my older sister's
It's a
show.
small change, and maybe it was just another quote that changed slightly over time with people saying it. Tinkerbell riding the Disney logo. Bruh, no way this didn't happen. I watched
It didn't happen, bro.
way too many DVDs when I was a kid with this exact animation for it not to exist. No way. I can vividly remember it, like I can play it back in my head. There's even been some recreations of it that look pretty faithful to what I and a lot of others can remember.
No, it didn't happen.
But apparently it never happened. Specifically the intro with the blue background and the white castle.
That looks horrible. If anything, it would have been a silhouette, like a white silhouette of the Tinkerbell. Like, it wouldn't be like this.
Pretty crazy stuff.
Nah.
Captain Crunch.
No, it's Cap'n. Is that the point?
So a lot of these changed name ones have kind of small differences. You know, a letter or two. But this one is pretty wild considering it cuts out so many letters that a lot of people remember seeing. Because if this is how you remember Captain Crunch, well, you're mistaken.
No, it's Captain.
Because this is actually how Captain Crunch has always been
They
spelled.
love corazon?
And I mean, to
Oh
me,
my
this
God.
just looks weird.
That's
However,
capital with a
this
C.
probably comes down to the fact
I'll always remember that it was Cap'n Crunch because, first of all, it's a great cereal. Maybe not health-wise, but also it was the first. I was like, wait, they're being cool. You know, they're using an apostrophe. And being a big grammar person, it was very. I was like, okay, I'll remember that forever now. So it's always been Cap'n Crunch. I do say Captain Crunch though. I'm not gonna lie. Like I just say it just because I like saying Captain. You know.
What if I told you? What if I told you that Morpheus never actually said, what if I told you?
Really?
No, but seriously, apparently he never said it, despite all the countless memes that were made since like 2012. The full line that a lot of people remember is, what if I told you that everything you knew was a lie? But that was never actually said. And it's likely that this quote actually came about from the memes, or at least was popularized enough by them to the point that people thought this was an actual line from the movie. Although the origin of What If I Told You,
a lot of early 2000s movies, or maybe, is this early 2000s? I'm just not gonna know. And then I just don't have, like, my heart's not in it, you know, to like care.
cannot be confirmed.
I do like some of DC the Don's music. I like the feature on Quadeca.
Beam Me Up, Scotty. Not really a Star Trek guy. Honestly, I haven't really watched any of the movies or the shows or anything, but even I have still heard this quote many times over the years. And what do you know, Captain Kirk never actually said it. He said similar lines such as beam me up and Scotty beam us up, but never this phrase exactly. And it's most likely just a simple and easier to understand misquotation that kinda stuck around over the years with people saying it. Shaggy's Adam's Apple. Here's one that I can also specifically remember from watching the original Scooby-Doo series as a kid, and a lot of others recall this aspect of Shaggy's character design as well, a prominent Adam's apple, which many people can remember
Nah, I think they're confusing it with whenever he would swallow the sandwiches whole.
was used for comedic effect in scenes where he would gulp in fear. However, apparently he doesn't have one.
I think
and
they're
even the
confusing
proposition that it was
he would
only
always be
sometimes
eating
shown
food.
either when he was
They're
scared
confusing
or
it.
eating something, well, that falls flat too. Because in the scenes of Shaggy gulping, there is no visible Adam's apple.
No way.
Which is just kind of...
I'm gonna assume his throat just his throat just stretches when he eats the sandwich, like it's a outline of the sandwich.
Mind-boggling to me. Double stuff Oreos.
Oh, weird spelling.
Some people remember them being called double stuff with 2 F's, or even double stuffed.
I never
but
bought
not
them, so.
double stuff with 1 F, which for some reason is what it actually is. Now apparently in the UK they actually are called double stuff with 2 F's, so that explains images of those that you might have seen, but as for double stuffed, they have never been called that as far as I'm aware.
Let me put y'all on. Birthday cake Oreos? Crazy. You'll never go back. But they're rare. They're kind of rare to
Name
find.
kind of
they're,
spread
They're golden, and they have
eventually
birthday
stuck
cake
in the
stuffing.
public consciousness.
You'll never go back. I'll put y'all on. And remember me.
A Bug's Life 2.
Did that even happen? Wait, Drew telling me...
This is a crazy one.
There's
because
no way...
it's not just a spelling error, a misquote, or anything like that.
It never happened, right?
But a full-on movie that many people believe they remember watching as kids.
That never
a
happened.
sequel to the animated film A Bug's Life, simply titled A Bug's Life 2.
Also, there is a real sequel apparently in the works right now, and that was this video was made 3 years ago. Okay, so I was right. There was never a Bug's
on
Life.
Reddit describes the alleged film. Quote, I swear I remember A Bug's Life 2 existing when I was
Oh my god, you want to be different so bad. Bro, I swear there was a Spanish tub channel at one point. There was.
a kid. I know there's a blooper that makes a joke about it and how Toy Story got a sequel instead, but I remember seeing the movie itself. I don't remember a ton. I remember the poster first of all. It was a darker shade of blue with all the main characters on it. The logo was the same, but the number 2 was on the end. obviously. And it was a leaf with bites taken out of it, so it looked like a number 2. I also remember the tagline being, "The bugs are back in town." And the plot was something along the lines of one of the bugs has an argument with his friends and leaves them, ending up in a nearby city and sneaking into a motel/hotel, and the other bugs look around the town to find him. I realized that's similar to the plot of Toy Story 2, but it was more so about the bugs
every time
the city and
people
cool
go this deep into just making up stuff about Mandela effect, either they got the information wrong,
more so motivation
like completely, like they're remembering another series, or if they're making it up, it's just giving like, yeah, my cousin, my uncle is Michael Jackson. It's giving that.
To this one is that people are just confusing a second
not real.
Bugs Life film with another movie called Ants,
Probably
which
that.
actually released that same year.
Probably that.
JC Penney. Okay, this one is not that crazy in my opinion, just one of those things that some people tend to misspell, as there is actually an E before the Y in JC Penney, which some claim is an example of the Mandela effect.
Really?
But
And
it
I never
really has always been JC Penney, as it is named
JC Penney, that's where you can get your photos taken, right? Like
named after
like family photos. That and Macy's, right? Because other than that, I don't really go there for clothes, right? I don't think I ever did. Yes.
I Was a Teenage Gary Squidward transformation scene.
Is that the...
It seems like this SpongeBob scene always comes up no matter what I'm talking about.
This never happened.
Lost media in general, fake lost media, and even now the Mandela effect. But I'll go over it again. So in the episode I Was a Teenage Gary, where SpongeBob and Squidward transform into snails, SpongeBob actually has a full transformation sequence, which a lot of people also remember happening with Squidward after he is injected with the snail plasma.
No.
However, in all versions
cuts.
of the episode, this scene is absent, and it simply cuts to after Squidward has already transformed, leading some to believe that there was maybe a deleted scene or something of the full transformation. However, there is no proof of such a scene's existence.
Never happened, bro. That's the ending where the meow 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 meow. I loved that episode as a kid. That never happened.
You like me. You really like me. This refers to an Oscar speech by actress Sally Field that is often parodied and quoted, but usually incorrectly. She is often attributed as saying, "You like me, you really like me." But this is what she actually said.
That you like me right now. You like me.
And if you look at the comments on this, a lot of people don't remember this version of the speech, especially the "right now" part.
You old heads have bad memory. That's basically what this video is calling out all old heads. No, I'm sorry. I just got some people mad. I'm sorry. I was just kidding. I was just kidding. I was just kidding, guys.
Judge Judy used the gavel. So the American reality court drama Judge Judy has been around since the 90s, for 25 seasons and over 6,000 episodes. Yes, you heard that right. And in all that time, as far as I'm aware, Judge Judy has surprisingly never used or slammed the gavel, despite many people recalling that she did on multiple
You guys
occasions.
seen, someone said in the chat, wait, guys, is 51 too old? You guys seen those tweets that make fun of like age gaps? And they're like, guys, is 18 and 19 too old? But like some people like, they modify the tweet as the years go on. They're like, guys, is 19 and 58 too old? Shit, like that's what that comment just reminded me of.
Cheez-Its.
No, is 19 and 58
Okay, so
weird?
this one is kind of funny to me because Cheez-Its, don't ask why, became a pretty big meme in my friend group for a while. So I knew for sure it was Cheez-It, not Z or S at the end or anything. Although a lot of people claim...
Oh my god. There's no Z at the end? I guess that does look weird looking at it. That does look weird, but no one says like, yo, did you get the new Cheez-It box? You know? This looks normal to my eyes, but like no one says it like that. Hey, give me a pack of Cheez-It. No one says get me a pack of Cheez-It. No one says that.
Probably has something to do with the Z in cheese, making many people feel like the letter Z is an important component of their brand and spelling. King Henry VIII holding a turkey leg.
What?
A lot of people claim to remember a specific painting of King Henry VIII holding up a turkey leg. And once again, it's something that is often referenced and parodied, even in an episode of The Simpsons once again. But apparently no such painting exists. This could possibly be explained by the fact that there are depictions of King Henry VIII holding up something in his hand, which could have been then changed to a turkey leg in parodies, and eventually that kind of just stuck around and is now commonly associated with him, which is likely the case with some of these other entries.
No major input for this one, as I don't know about that.
Starbucks crown.
The mermaid logo?
Alright, so for those of you familiar with the Starbucks logo,
which one would it be? I'm gonna think, well, here, my camera. I would think it's the one on the left, guys. What do you guys think? Left or right? I would think it's the one on the left. A lot of you guys go to Starbucks like daily. I do not. I don't think I've ever ordered a proper drink from Starbucks. If I go, it's, you know, obviously if I'm with a girl. Not that guys can't drink Starbucks, but like I don't even like coffee in the first place. But I would just get milk. Bruh. Milk and a cake pop. Some water. I don't know. Anyway, I'd say it's left. Middle one, bro.
Which of these looks right to you? Because for some people, they don't recall there being a star on the crown. Even some people who worked at Starbucks don't remember it. But it's pretty much always been there. At least since the initial logo redesign.
I'm pretty sure we have
and if you do stop and think about it for a second, the company is called Starbucks.
Yeah.
So having a star in the logo does make sense.
Oh! Wait, what do you say? Hold up.
And being a star on the crown. Even some people who worked at Starbucks familiar with the Starbucks logo. Which of these looks right to you? Because for some people, they don't recall there being a star on the crown. Even some people who worked at Starbucks don't remember it. But it's pretty much always been there.
There's a star? Yo, that one actually got me. That one actually got me.
Since the initial logo redesign. And if you do stop and think about it for a second, the company is called Starbucks.
I mean, yeah.
So having a star in the logo does make sense.
It just looks so complicated.
Jungle Book's Baloo wears a coconut bra.
They got you, Unk. Yeah.
In the original 1967 Jungle Book film, the character Baloo is commonly remembered as wearing a coconut bra while he does a dance. But this one actually has a rational explanation, because while it might not happen in that movie, Baloo does do a dance with a bra in the animated series Tailspin, which is likely where people remember this from, and just confuse it for being in the Jungle Book film.
I wasn't much of a Disney kid growing up. I was Cartoon Network.
We are the champions of the world. This one's pretty crazy. And
it is, because isn't there like a credit scene that leaks it, or like our show?
From the title, you probably already know what this one is. Queen's hit song "We Are the Champions" is one that pretty much everyone has heard. And at the end of the song, Freddie Mercury sings "We Are the Champions," and that's it. He doesn't say in the 1977 studio version "of the world," even though pretty much everyone expects it and even sings it when listening to the song. But there is an explanation behind this too, because Freddie Mercury, when performing the songs live, would add "of the world" at the end of the song during some of their performances, which I think stuck with a lot of people and honestly sounds a lot better than it just kind of ending abruptly. So a lot of people adopted this and began to think it was part of the original song, although some claim that they remember "of the world" in their CDs and such, which had the studio and greatest hits versions of the song.
Oh, I guess I'm about to give you guys some lore. Apparently, I remember watching a video about it years ago, but apparently in like the end credits of a specific like 90s movie, they used that song, and you could hear Freddie Mercury at the end of the song say "of the world," and it's like, whoa. So they did find it. Like, I don't know if it was a re-recording. I don't know. You could do more research out of that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misremember. But like, I remember that being like a really weird. Yeah, vocals. I know. What's up?
Laughing cow nose ring. This is another one regarding a company logo. that of the cheese brand called the Laughing Cow.
Mighty Dogs.
Now, if you're familiar with this logo,
Oh.
tell me, is something missing here?
I don't know too much. I just remember like kids, like in middle school, elementary, like eating these sometimes.
Because some think that they remember this cow having some sort of nose ring, perhaps in a gold color. This is probably another case of common associations, as bulls commonly do have these nose rings, but throughout its long history of logo changes, I couldn't find any that had the described nose ring. Spike the Gremlin.
The gremlin, like the actual gremlin.
So for those of you that have seen the first Gremlins movie, do you remember this guy? The main antagonist and Gremlin leader character? What is his name? Spike or Stripe?
Dude,
well, it's actually Stripe, to the surprise of some people. My only guess for this one is that Spike is a much more common name than Stripe, and years after seeing the film, it may be hard to remember the exact name of the character.
Tier 4. We're on to tier 4 of 7.
Scary Movie, I See White People. This is another one of those cases where I've never seen the actual movie, but I have heard people quote this multiple times, and apparently it was never said. In the film itself, the character Shorty just says, "I see dead people," which is obviously just a reference to The Sixth Sense, but many people remember a parody version of him saying, "I see white people," which honestly would make a lot more sense, as this movie, titled Scary Movie, is literally dedicated to
someone said, why are we watching all of this? Because people leave this on overnight and give me views and I make money. That's why. Not stuff. Because I am interested in the Mandela effect iceberg. That is why.
Too. And I guessed it just kind of spread after
What do you want me to say,
people
dude?
for some reason misassociating that quote with Scary Movie. Wizard of Oz Scarecrow Gun. This is a very popular Mandela effect, to no one's surprise, because it surrounds one of the most famous films of all time. And it's quite the shocking twist, as a lot of us remember this movie as just a wholesome musical adventure. Although it is no stranger to the darker side of things, when you look at stuff like what went on behind the scenes, as well as various conspiracies and urban legends around the film. But tell me, did you remember Scarecrow having a gun? No? Neither did I, or basically anyone.
I didn't
for the
watch
most
it, but I
part.
wouldn't because it's a
He,
kid's
for some reason, has some sort of revolver.
Really?
There's a couple of theories for this one. First of all, it's such an old film that some of the restored versions actually lose quite a bit of detail, and it would honestly be hard to tell what Scarecrow was holding in this scene for some versions. Also, this scene in particular is actually said to be cut from a lot of versions of the film as well, which could also explain why some people don't remember it.
Who could have been Scarecrow's enemy? Oh, crows.
Chick-fil-A.
What, no dashes? Or is there dashes? Let's
Familiar with the fast food chain known for their chicken
Oh,
sandwiches,
there's no K,
Chick-fil-A?
there's no K,
Well,
right?
how do you remember it being spelled?
Up.
Like this
top.
or this?
Top, please be
Well,
top.
many people don't remember there being a K at the end of Chick, but it has always been there, with Chick-fil-A themselves even weighing in on it, stating that it is the only correct way of spelling it.
Okay, it's top.
Mickey Mouse didn't have a tail.
Mickey Mouse?
Here we go again, but this time it's the opposite. Many people remember Mickey Mouse not having a tail, when in reality he does and always has. So what's the explanation here? Parallel universes? No, actually I think this one is pretty straightforward, because Mickey Mouse has a very small and thin tail design.
How did they do the tail at Disneyland when like the mascot is walking around? Like the mascot has to walk around with a giant tail? Guys, it looks like he doesn't have a tail. And the mascot. The mascot doesn't have a tail. I see why people could be confused. That is kind of creepy. Can't even see. That is kind of creepy. Oh my god, what is that? Okay, it looks like the mascot doesn't.
So in a lot of the animations, the tail is either tucked into his pants or is not even animated. So yes, sometimes Mickey Mouse is drawn without his tail, despite the character actually having one, which would explain why some don't remember it. Some also think it could be because there are a lot of other distinguishing features that people are drawn to and remember about the character, such as his eyes, ears, and classic overalls, or pants. We'll get to that whole debate a little later.
Did you guys know that, what is it, Whistle Willie? Like, this specific Mickey is like Willie Steamhouse, something like that, or Steamboat Willie, right? Did you guys know that it's free, like, the IP is free, and, like, you can just, like, make legal parodies of it, like, you could use it, not even parodies. So we wanted Steamboat Willie. We wanted to do this for Exist. I think it would be really cool, because it's free property now. So anyone could use it. And I think it would be really cool to do, like, a Steamboat Willie Exist, like, one design. Right? That's tough, though.
Lucy, you got some splaining to do. So what is this referring to? Well, this is an alleged quote and catchphrase from the character
Next
Ricky
PSA
Ricardo
video probably will
on
be
the
filmed like
American
2 weeks from
sitcom
now.
series
I like
Love
spacing them out.
Lucy, which people remember him saying despite this exact line never being used. It's just another one of those misquotes that's evolved over time.
I don't have much to add to this one. Wanna come here? No?
Play it again, Sam. Another misquote here. Get used to it if you haven't already, there are a ton of these. This time coming from the 1944 film Casablanca. The original quote was actually just
we could do another
"Play it,
animated
Sam."
horror shorts, yeah.
Although over the years, people began to quote it as "Play it again, Sam." This could be because in 1969, there was a play written called Play It Again, Sam,
Hello,
which
Omer.
was later made into a film in 1972, which probably contributed to people believing
Jordan,
this
when are
was
you
the
gonna finish
real
that video
quote.
about my music career?
JFK's car had 4 people in it. Yet another mystery regarding JFK. Add this one to the list, I guess. If you've seen the footage from that day,
edited.
do you recall
Then
how many
upload it,
people were in
bruh.
the car?
Friday it's
JFK, his wife, and the driver? Or was there 4? 2 in the
Nice.
front and 2 in the
I'll be
back
watching
seat.
on stream.
Well, neither of these actually. There were 6 people in the car when it all happened. Now, a lot of people don't remember.
Who was there when this happened, bro? Nah, our parents were, right? Or was it our grandparents that were? Assassination of JFK. Let me look it up.
More than 4 people being in the car, but this one is pretty well documented and simple to explain, despite this event having more mystery and conspiracies than maybe
Have
any
you guys
other
seen the
event
actual
in American
footage
history.
of the JFK
Obviously, your
assassination?
focus when watching the videos and looking at pictures is
1963.
going to be the back of the car with JFK
Oh, no,
and
that's
the
our
First Lady.
grandparents.
Even most of the camera angles focus on the president, which makes
Yeah, I
sense,
didn't-
right? So it's probably hard to notice that there is actually 2 members of the Secret Service in front, and even more people forget
My
or don't
history
remember
teacher
that the
showed
governor
me.
of Texas was in the middle with his wife. Also, you know, most cars that look like this didn't have 6 seats, so that could have also added to the confusion and absence from people's memories.
That is a lot of seats, though.
Uncle Sam's striped hat.
Could you maybe send me like my part of the footage of premiere? I wanted to make a good reel on TikTok. My mom wants to see. Okay, I'll see if I have the raw file. Frick, dude, I'll see if I have it. But just low key remind me though. Uncle Sam.
Alright, everyone knows Uncle Sam, right? Well, at least my audience from the US should know this character used as the personification of the government. Now, how do you remember his design? Which of these
the one on the right? Wait, what? Why would it be the zombified version of him?
looks like how you remember it? If you said the one with the stripes, you'd be actually mistaken, because his hat simply has stars on it. Despite many people
Why did he use this one where he's a zombie? No one's gonna pick this one. What?
believing his hat had stripes, so much so that many artists' depictions of the character include the striped hat. So what's going on here?
We're comparing hats. Why did you use the one where he's a zombie? What?
Pants, which is a notable feature and something that really sticks out in people's minds. Although it's not always shown in images of him. Actually, the most iconic image of Uncle Sam doesn't show his legs at all. So do our brains just fill in the gaps because we remember the red stripes? I'm not sure, but that's the best explanation I've got. Would you like to play a game?
Hear me out.
This one really got me. Like, out of all of these, this
That
one
is a
hit
famous
hard.
quote, though. Would
I
you
guess
like to play
just
a game?
because Saw is kind of a nostalgic movie for me. I actually, can't believe this right now. I grew up in the 2000s, so these misquotes...
He's like, hello, would you like to play a game? Right? That's the quote. There's no way. What? Watch him have the craziest switch up of a quote. Hello. Perhaps would there be a chance that you want to play a game or something? That's the real quote.
Quotes from older films and TV shows don't do too much for me, but experiencing this one firsthand is crazy. Not only can I remember people quoting this all my life, but I can even remember Jigsaw saying it in his iconic voice. So what did he actually say then?
No way.
He says,
I want to play a game.
Oh.
So despite this kind of blowing...
I want to play a game. Oh. I feel like this is the type of design that gave kids nightmares, right? I guess I always skipped over this. Nah.
My mind, I think I get it now. People have pointed out that it makes sense that he would say, I want to play a game, instead of, do you want to play a game? Because he's obviously not giving them a choice. And once again, this misquote most likely took over due to parody.
In the movie, do you want to play a game? The person, nah. Oh, wait, you don't? All right, let him out.
Rubik's Cube.
Oh, no, it's with a K apostrophe S, right? Rubik's Cube. It belongs to Rubik, right? Right?
So this one is pretty simple.
Is it that?
But some remember this cube being called the Rubik's
Sub,
Cube,
one more sub?
spelled with an X.
Hey, make it a bundle. Do a gifted 10. Nah, I'm playing. That'd be cool. One more gifted sub would be cool.
However, this is false. It's actually Rubik's Cube with a K and an S.
Yep.
And the very simple explanation behind that is that it was created by a man named Erno Rubik, hence the name.
Simple.
The Flintstones.
Flint.
This one is kind of hilarious, because for me, I never really watched this show at all, but I still have always heard it being called The Flintstones.
There's no way it's the one on the right. That's just the Flintstones. Please, it's got to be the...
doubt in my mind.
It's got to be this
However,
one. No way.
Some people claimed they remembered the Flintstones with no T.
No
which
way.
really makes no sense. But hold on.
Yes, it does, creator. Because no one is pronouncing that T. Hey, did you watch the Flintstones today? No one is saying that whenever they're watching Flintstones. Yes, creator. Thank you for the content. But still, it does make sense. No one is pronouncing the T. Hey, bro. Hey, mom, put on Flintstones.
How were this thing?
It does make sense because Flint and Steel, Minecraft. I know, but still.
Whether you remember it as the Flintstones or the Flintstones, according to some, you would both be correct. Because apparently some people think that the name change keeps flip-flopping over the years and changing back and forth. But I'm pretty sure it's always been Flintstones, as it is something that actually relates to the time period and setting of the show. Whereas Flintstones is just a made-up word. But hopefully somehow it switches back to Flintstones after making this video or something, and this can be incorrect.
You are such a fucking goat, Starry Heart.
The Karate Kid's Rising Sun headband. So the original Karate Kid film from 1984 is a movie that is relevant and talked about still today, especially with the resurgence.
They actually filmed the golf scene at mini golf / arcade in California that I've been to a good amount of times, and they have it as their big golden thing right when you walk in. It's Karate Kid was filmed here, and they show the screenshot. It's pretty cool.
Of the story with Cobra Kai. But think back to the original for a second. Do you remember Daniel's headband having a red rising sun on it? Well, it was actually a blue flower. However, the design of this blue lotus flower does kind of look similar to the Rising Sun. I only watched the Jaden Smith
although
the colors
Karate
are wrong,
Kid, which was
that
really
could
good.
Be a reason for the confusion.
With Jackie Chan?
Also, this poster for
really
the
good.
Karate Kid 3 probably
I want to
did
go home!
And could have made people
Why did you
actually
move that
think
kid
of the Rising
where'd he go,
Sun
China?
symbol.
Shout out Meow Zarella with the first time
Run,
chat.
you fools. This one is interesting because both versions of this Gandalf line from the Fellowship of the Ring are technically right. Because in most versions of the film, he says,
Fly, you fools.
despite many people remembering he said, run, you fools. And he actually did. Although only during its original theatrical
You spent
run,
$47
before it was changed
on this
and dubbed
stream?
over
Oh
to
my
better
God,
adapt
thank
the
you so
source
much.
material. And since then, it's
I
been
didn't realize
Fly,
that
you
it adds
fools.
up. I'm no shit, but oh my god, thank you. Like deadass, thank you.
CERN logo is a single spiral. So CERN, also known as the European Organization for Nuclear Research,
Does anyone
is
know
no
what this
stranger
is?
to conspiracy theories and urban legends. You've got that whole ritual thing, demon portals, and now people even blaming the Mandela effect on them, claiming they are actually responsible for our reality changing. But this entry refers to a specific Mandela effect related to their logo. I guess some people believed that their logo was just a single spiral, however the shape of their logo is actually based on the accelerators at CERN. Also, some people think it consists of 3 6s, aka 666, just to add to the pile of conspiracy theories related to CERN.
Oh, thank you, Random Ghost. Thank you, man.
Gandhi.
Oh, is it the spelling of Gandhi? Because it is not spelled that way. It is Gandhi.
This one is pretty simple to explain, so we won't waste
Yeah, I know. Hey, shout out to Game Gandhi, aka Red Gandhi, aka Kaz, my favorite YouTuber of all time.
too much time on it. But a lot of people are confused on how to actually spell Gandhi's name in English. It's actually spelled like this, despite a lot of people in Western countries spelling it like this, which led to a lot of people believing that this was actually the correct spelling. But this is just simply a common misspelling and transliteration of his last name.
Yeah. I only know that
Cliff's
because of
Notes.
literally Game Gandhi. Otherwise I would not.
Y'all remember Cliff Notes?
have a clue.
I sure do. Came in clutch for high school readings. So, like
Oh,
many
Cliff
others, I
Notes.
was surprised
Wait,
to
apparently what?
do. Came in clutch for
Oh,
high
yeah,
school
wait.
readings.
Apparently they had actual physical guides as well in Boomer
Things. So, like many others, I was surprised to learn that it isn't actually Cliff Notes, but Cliff's Notes with an S.
No
it's a
way.
small difference, but everyone I talked to called it Cliff Notes. Now, I can concede that it was always called Cliff's Notes on
What?
paper, but everyone pronounces it
Cliff's
without the
Notes?
S because it's just easier to
Just
say.
look up the Cliff's
Which
Notes.
is why
No
I'm
one
sure a
said-
lot
said
of
the Cliff
people
Notes.
remember it that way.
What? That actually got me. So far, like 4 have gotten me.
Daylight savings time. Now this one is labeled under the spelling category on the Iceberg, and I have always definitely heard it called daylight savings time with an
Oh, yeah,
S for whatever
daylight
reason.
savings.
But in reality, it's called daylight saving time, which to me just sounds
That got
a
me
little
again.
weird.
That
And
got
I think
me
this
again.
one mainly just has to do with the way we typically structure sentences
What?
and words in
Daylight
the
savings.
English vernacular.
What? It's just saving? What?
The Statue of Liberty is on Ellis Island.
I guess it makes more sense that as we get deeper into the iceberg, they start hitting different. Like, okay.
This is one of those things that when you learn about the truth, it makes a lot of sense, but even so, many people still don't know about it. Because for a lot of people, they think the Statue of Liberty is located on Ellis Island, when in reality, it's on an island called Liberty Island, which is less than a mile away. But still,
I'm a
some
West
people
Coast dude.
believe that due to
I
the
don't know.
Mandela effect, the statue has moved. With proof of this being photos and videos of New York where the statue should be visible and isn't. There are actually
The fucking statue moved now, guys. Can Cope get any crazier than saying that a fucking giant statue moved? Oh my god.
16. Back to the Future's terrorists drive a Toyota. In the film Back to the Future, the bad guys drive a blue Volkswagen van, despite many fans of the movie remembering a different car, a white Toyota minivan. And this is another case with people claiming that there was a lot of flip-flopping going on. Some people remember the white van originally, before switching to the blue later on, and some remember the blue before it changed to the white, and then back to the blue again. And for some, this is one of the most compelling cases of the Mandela effect, at least in terms of film-related cases. Walter Radar O'Reilly's death in MASH.
Again, I don't know.
So
this one.
Spoilers, I guess, for this show from the 1970s.
Mojo's on a wet
not
food
really
diet now,
because this character
should be good
called
for his-
Walter
better
Radar
for his
O'Reilly never actually had an on-screen death, even though many people claim to remember it. This was probably believed because the character left the show in season 8, and he is even occasionally mentioned after this point in the series. The entrance to Disney World is Cinderella's castle. Now, I've never been to Disney World near Orlando, Florida, but for those who've been, think about the time you went there and when you first entered the park. Was it through Cinderella's castle? Well, the castle is actually at the end of Main Street.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Not too much else to say here. This could be believed because of how prominent the castle is, not only just in the park, but also in images of Disney World and Disney's brand as a whole.
By the way, I growing up, I always liked Universal Studios more than Disneyland in California.
Won an Oscar before 2016. This one is strange for me, because I can remember how big of a deal it was in 2016 that Leo won his first Oscar. Everyone was talking about it. So it is kind of surprising for me to hear.
Growing up, going to Universal and like being a Universal fanboy, I appreciate Disneyland. The rare times that I go, I appreciate it. It's very, no shit, it's very childlike. It makes you feel like, aw, this is sweet. Universal was always just more, I mean, they film action movies there, you know? It's very young adult. So, yeah, nah, I like Disneyland as well. I need to go to Disneyland with Wolfie, bro. That's so cute. Guys, you know how, okay, guys, you know how Universal does, like, horror nights? Disneyland doesn't do anything scary, obviously, right? But they do, like, probably some Nightmare Before Christmas themed, right? Do they do, like, a dance or something? I remember seeing something like that. That's really sweet. Are they ever gonna, like, let that movie go? No, huh? They're never gonna let that movie go. Tier 5. The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
Don't tell me you thought he had an E yet. He didn't. He never had an E.
So the Canadian singer and artist The Weeknd has an interesting name, as it's missing an E in the end part of weekend. Exactly. Something people don't really notice until you look closely at the name. I didn't know it was spelled like this either until I did research for this entry.
Bro, what? How do you guys not know that, bro?
Oh my god, bro.
It's like the first thing you notice about him. Even if it's playing on the radio, it'll be like the Blinding Lights, his biggest song. It'll be like The Weeknd. The first thing you think is a typo, right? If you don't know his music.
But this is always what he's called himself. However, apparently he was at one point part of a music duo called The Weeknd, spelled normally, before he went solo and adopted the name without the E at
okay,
the
that's
end.
cool, but that's just people still, whatever. You know what I mean?
Rod Sterling. Again, this is another name.
No, I would not propose
this
to her
time
at
the host
Disneyland.
of the Twilight Zone, Rod Sterling.
I think that's corny as fuck.
Actually, wait, no. His name is Rod Serling. Yet again, this
Like,
is another...
why would I propose at Disneyland? Why not propose, like put actual fucking effort? Not that the other one isn't. It's just like, I want her to have an experience that's solo. I don't want her to have an experience where I propose to her and hundreds of thousands of other women have been like, oh my god, my husband proposed to me there too. I want Wolfie to have the most unique experience of her fucking life when I propose. Facts. In what world? No, yeah, I'll propose you at Disneyland. Man, get the fuck out of here. No, I'm gonna give her the most unique shit ever. I'm gonna leave it. I got stuff planned out, bro.
Case of someone being remembered by a common name that is close but actually incorrect. I'm sure you've seen quite a few people or brands and things.
I'm gonna do it at
called
Streamer University.
Sterling, but never Serling, which is such a rare surname that people immediately opt in their brain for Sterling.
Again, For the YouTube viewers that are like, wow, Tub isn't paying attention to some of them. It's true. Some of them I can't relate to, like the old ones.
Skechers. Now, the spelling ones don't usually do too much for me at this point, but this one is one of the ones that kind of shook me. So, Skechers, you know, the shoe brand. How do you remember it being spelled? Is it like this or this? Well, I would guess most people would say this one with the T. But no, apparently Skechers never had a T in its name, which was really surprising to me. Without the T, it just looks weird. Probably because we assume the brand's name comes from the word sketch. So our brains put together the pieces and you've got Skechers with a T. Smokey the Bear.
What about him?
Only you can prevent forest fires. That's the iconic catchphrase of the mascot Smokey what? Do you remember it as
Whoa, did that say Wolfie? Did we summon Wolf? Look at that. Y'all see that? Wait. Is that the artist's name? Just like Wolf spelled with an E? Yo. Oh, no. That's a K. Whoa, that looks like Wolfie from here.
Smokey the Bear or just Smokey Bear? In reality, it's just Smokey Bear.
I talk about her. She's always on my mind, bro. I see her everywhere, bruh.
To be fair, is what I can remember, but a lot of people remember a "the" in there. I really think this one just boils down to a lot of animal mascots having a name followed by an identifying title, such as the blank. And in this case, people assumed he was called Smokey the Bear. Also, fun fact, he was actually based on a real-life black bear cub that climbed a tree to escape a fire, and was at first called Hotfoot Teddy.
No way! I didn't know Smokey the Bear was based on a real cub. Oh, wait. Aww. That's actually so sweet. And the fact that he had to climb a tree to escape a fire. That's sad, but like aww.
Mickey Mouse had overalls.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Back to Mickey Mouse again.
It's just
remember when
like
I mentioned he has overalls? Well, despite a lot of people remembering this key feature, he actually does not. He just has the classic red pants. No suspenders or anything
shorts,
like that. Which many people thought was a key feature of his design that is simply not there in official versions of the character. Some people even specifically remember him snapping these shoulder straps, but there is no evidence of this.
Yeah, I want to be different so bad.
E.T. Phone Home.
Oh, he never said that, huh?
Here we are again with the iconic movie quotes. You know the drill by now. But surprisingly with this one, E.T. does say phone home in the movie. Like a bunch of times, he's literally spamming.
To this day, I will never understand how this movie blew up, because that thing on the screen is fucking disgusting and scary, and I would never go to a theater, especially with my kids, to show, like, hell no. To this day, I never understood why this movie got hype. That is ugly. That thing on the screen is fucking disgusting. Stop playing with me. That is ugly. They gave it an ugly voice, and it looks like my ball sack. Stop it.
So I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a case of flip-flopping or not, but yeah, case solved, I guess. And if you're thinking you actually remember him saying E.T. home phone, well, yeah, he said that too.
The creator of the video missaid it. He switched the letters. Look, listen.
Saying E.T. home phone. What?
Home phone. Or I guess not the letters, the words. Unless he meant to say that. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh yeah,
I'm a DM him.
Yeah, he said that too.
But yeah, he looks like my ball sack.
Target's logo has 2 rings.
Let's see.
This is one of those scenarios where at first it seems like you can vividly remember something
it's
being
the dot
one thing
and one
before you take a look
it.
at the bigger picture and realize once again your mind might be playing tricks on you. What do I mean here? Well, take a look at...
It's just this one, right? That looks weird because that's not the red dot. Maybe people think it's that one. It's this one.
These images. Which of these do you recognize as the Target brand logo? One of these two, right? Well, these are both wrong. The official logo only has one circle around it, despite the 2-ring one looking most accurate to my eyes at least. And some even remember 3 rings, which to be fair is what an actual target looks like, you know, for things like shooting and archery, which is probably why people recognize it more. But also from 1962 to 1968, this was the Target logo, which looked a lot more, well, like a target. OxyClean. You remember that brand of household cleaners, OxyClean? Well, does this look right to you, or do you remember it like this? Because until
the first one looks better to my eyes.
I saw this entry, I definitely remembered OxyClean with a Y. 2 separate words too. But apparently there's no space and it's an I instead.
Yeah,
there's a completely different brand called just Oxy, but I don't know. I guess I always just figured it was spelled with a Y because of oxygen or something. But no, the Oxy comes from hydrogen peroxide, which now makes a lot more sense.
That does.
Pepto-Bismol.
There's no L, right? Just Pepto?
So this one might have flip-flopped on me mid-video. I'm just kidding, but I did record this one wrong initially, thinking it was actually Pepto-Bismol, when in reality it's Pepto-Bismol, which is what I have always heard my whole life, but I guess I second-guessed myself there. So I guess then the question is...
No lie, this shit tastes so fucking good though, I'm not gonna lie. I used to love when I would have a stomach ache and my mom would be like, all right, time for Pepto. I'm like, yeah.
I'm not going to talk about this one too much because like a lot of other cases, it's another one where the way it's pronounced kind of changes how people know what it's called.
No way
it's called like Pepto-Bismol, but every time I've heard it, it's pronounced...
Wait, why is he talking about Pepto, but this is on the screen?
Pronounced Pepto-Bismol, which is just a lot easier to say. Whiteout. Again...
Just a little glitch. He messed up. It's okay. Editing glitch.
Very similar situation, but honestly this time I was kind of shocked. Remember whiteout, that thing you'd use to cover up mistakes and such in
It's not my screen.
Think of
his
how
video.
it's spelled. For me, I immediately think of just white-out spelled normally. But apparently it's always been spelled whiteout without the H.
No way.
Really weird spelling for...
They wanted to be different that bad. Hold up. Let me get my food. I'll be back. Literally, like, give me 20 seconds.
For basically no reason. I mean, I guess it's a stylistic choice, but I think our brains just choose to remember the correct spelling. Chartreuse is a pink color.
What did I just...
So for some people, this is a pretty compelling case of the Mandela effect,
Is that
as a
alcohol?
lot of them distinctly
Alcoholics,
remember the
is this
color
true? I don't
chartreuse
even know.
as a red or pink shade.
Never heard
when
of
in
this
reality, it's closer to a green or yellow. So first off, it's
That looks like
definitely
piss.
always been green because it's named after a certain French liquor that has that same unique color. And as to why some people believed it to be a pink or a red color, there is also another color called puce, which is actually like a dark red or a brownish purple. Also, it's possible that since it's from a liquor, they might associate that color with more of like...
Okay. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I know. Another pause. I'm annoying. They did not give me a fork. Why don't they do that? I'm going to just be back again. 20 seconds. I don't know why they sometimes they don't do that. It's so weird.
a red wine potentially, but I'm not really too sure with this one. Mother Teresa was canonized in the 90s. So this one has a pretty simple explanation, at least I think so. Because many people are surprised when they find out Mother Teresa was only considered a saint officially by the Catholic Church as of September 4th, 2016, when a lot of people can remember hearing about her being canonized as a saint back in the 90s. But apparently the canonization process can take a long time.
My dumbass. Okay, guys, does anyone know what canonized means? Because I was thinking like they made her canon. Like when a show has a canon ending. Bro, I don't know. I'm gonna assume it has some, like a real, like an actual.
So it was probably
better
already in
definition
talks and such for a while. And the media, I think, still called her Saint Mother Teresa even when it wasn't official yet. Also, she did have a beatification in 2003, which could be what many people are remembering.
Apparently means to declare a deceased person as a saint. Thank you.
I'm a Barbie
Astro.
girl in a Barbie world.
I'm a Barbie in a Barbie. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life is plastic. It's fantastic, right?
So returning to music Mandela effects here, think about the song Barbie Girl from the 90s.
Don't tell me it's the.
I'm sure most of you have heard it
I'm a
or
Barbie
have at
girl
least
in the
heard
Barbie
that
world.
line. Well, shockingly, it isn't actually the real line. It's I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world.
Why?
And similar to many other cases, when you say the fast, especially in something like song lyrics, it can sound like a. Pixie sticks. You can add this to the list of small spelling differences, but honestly this one out of all of them just seems odd. Like I swear I could remember Pixie with an I and an E, not just a Y at the end. It looks strange, doesn't it? But this is the real spelling. Some people also remember sticks spelled normally, not with an X, but that's a whole nother can of worms. My only explanation for this one is that a lot of us remember the correct spelling of the word pixie, because spelling it with a Y is not something you really ever see, and just looks off.
That does look weird though, I'm not gonna lie.
Cup o' noodles.
No, it's of. Stop.
Is it cup o' noodles, or is it just cup noodles? Well, today...
It's not of. I don't remember. I feel like I would remember an O and an apostrophe, so it's definitely not that one. And he's saying that the only other option is just cup noodles, because there's no O and apostrophe for sure. I thought it was of, but he didn't give that as an option. So
it is called just simply cup noodles.
Okay,
but
that is weird. Also, by the way, that is also weird.
Before you think you've jumped realities, when this product was first introduced in the States in 1971, it was actually called Cup of Noodles, before it was changed to just Cup Noodles in 1993. And despite not being officially named Cup of Noodles since then, I think a lot of people have still held on to that original name. George W. Bush reading The Pet Duck. So when the attacks occurred on the World Trade Center on September 11th, 2001, the president at the time, George W. Bush, was at an elementary school.
Yeah, you gotta put a lime in the cup of noodles.
Reading exercise was happening called the Pet Goat. However, for some reason, some people remember it being The Pet Duck, even though no such book exists. Some also thought it was called My Pet Goat, as it was reported in a 2004 documentary that that was the title. But the reason people remember The Pet Duck was because that...
Alright guys, I'm sorry for the amount of pauses, but due to switching Mojo over to wet food, I need to actually feed him, since the feeder his feeder is dry food. I have to go give him food actually. Because I'm like, why is he meowing so much? It's like, okay, he now he tells me when he's hungry. I'll be back. Again, I just open a can and I just pour it. It's not crazy. All right. Moyo, come on, let's go. I genuinely don't know what he wants. I genuinely don't know what he wants. Like, and I'm paying so much attention to him because, like, he's been to the vet so many times. But, like, I poured the food on his bowl, and he just, like, stares at it, and he just went away. So I was like, so you're not hungry. And he just walked away from it. I don't fucking know. Like, I don't think he's hungry. He was eating earlier. I don't know if sometimes, and it's rare, sometimes he just, like, wants my attention. And just, like, whatever, man. But, like, everything he does is, like, I have, like, a lens on it now. Like, everything. So now I'm like, wait, why doesn't he want to eat? When back then I would just be like, stop fucking annoying me, you know? Look at him, like, what, Moyo, if you had words, tell me, what's up? Because I just gave you food, you don't want it. Are you good? Let me check. On my phone now. Come here. Come here. Yeah, he's good. By good, I'm talking about his injury. He's good. It looks good.
Was actually from Scary Movie 4, and was actually a parody of this event, but this time with aliens. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. This quote is often attributed to Einstein, and is such a popular quote, you hear it all the time in media.
I heard the quote, but not from, never saw it from
anyway.
Albert Einstein.
But apparently this has been misattributed to Einstein, and he in fact never said it. So then, who did? Well, it's kind of unclear. There are some very similar quotes that have appeared throughout literature over the years, but in a book from Princeton University Press called The Ultimate Quotable Einstein, there is a section called Misattributed to Einstein, which is where this quote can be found.
You got 32 minutes of this left, nice.
Moses statue doesn't have horns. We got a Bible and religion themed Mandela effect. So the Moses statue created by Michelangelo has some pretty obvious horns coming out of his head. A feature that seems very noticeable when you know about it going in. But for a lot of people, more specifically a lot of religious people, they did not know that Moses had horns. And many remember seeing that statue with no visible horns at all. But from every picture I could find from many different years, it always had the horns. Frosty the Snowman's scarf. One of the all-time classic characters associated with Christmas. I'm sure you could probably picture what he looks like in your head right now.
Or is it like
something
a pattern
like this, right? Well, actually, apparently in most
okay.
of the TV
I don't remember him with a scarf.
And book versions of the character, he didn't actually wear a scarf. Crazy, I know. It seems like one of the most prominent features of his design, but there's a very good reason. It's the decorations that usually have the red scarf, which looks more accurate to what you remember, right? Again, I think this is just another case of our brains filling in the blanks when it comes to the films and such. That's my theory, anyway.
Goated character, not talked about a lot, Frosty the Snowman. I like
Neil
him.
Armstrong is alive. Neil Armstrong is known for being the first ever person to walk on the moon, which took place in 1969. However, some people are surprised to find out that he died in 2012. Even for me, I recalled him still being alive as well. But this could just be because the other astronaut that was with him, and the second person to walk on the moon, Buzz Aldrin, is still alive today at the age of 92. And this could be who people are remembering.
Was it fake though?
Billy Graham.
One of the craziest theories. To fake the moon landing in the race with other countries. Hey, I'm just saying, they could have faked it. I'm just saying. I had this whole talk with Andrew about it. I'm like, so you're telling me if I use a telescope, I'm going to see that flag, the American flag? They planted a flag on the moon, right? I was like, you're telling me if I could see that? I don't know, maybe.
Is alive. Billy Graham was an American evangelist and minister that died at the age of 99 in 2018. But for this entry, I think this refers to people believing he may have died earlier, as I did find a post on the Mandela Effect subreddit which shows that some people remember him passing away sometime around 2013. Even
some people
though
have, like,
that
HD
wasn't the
pictures of the
case,
moon.
with some people even recalling memorial and funeral services that never happened. However, it could be possible that they were remembering the deaths of other evangelical figures, such as Fred Phelps in 2014, Chuck Colson in 2012,
Good point.
Jerry Falwell
Why haven't they gone
in
back?
2007, or possibly even Harold
it again.
Camping in 2013.
If you about it, then do it again. Be like, look, we could really be on the moon again.
Mike and Ike. Let's cut right to the chase here. How do you remember Mike and Ike's being spelled? Do you remember just the N or the full word and? Because I for sure remember just the N, even though this is
honestly, I'm different. I thought it was the fucking and sign.
actually false. This is
Like,
really weird.
Shift 7.
Because I don't really have a good explanation for this one. Maybe it's just because of the way we pronounce the name, saying and really fast most of the time, making us think that it was just an N, but I don't really know. This is the song that never ends. For the 1992 series Lamb Chop's Play Song, there is a very well-known song where the character sings,
"This is the song that doesn't end."
even though people
It sounds like a decent SpongeBob impression.
remember it being the song that never ends. But there are a couple of explanations here. For one, there are other versions of the song that existed before the show's release, which actually do use never as the lyric. Also, it's probably another case of your brain priming you to think it's never because that's what you would expect.
Tier 6 out of 7.
War, death, famine, and pestilence. At first, to me, this one was absolutely crazy, but don't worry, there is an explanation at the end. So, do you know the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse? Even if you don't off the top of your head, you'll probably recognize them when I read them off. You've got war, death, famine, and pestilence, right? Well, sometimes it's war, famine, death, and conquest. What?
I've never
Allow
heard
me
of
to explain this.
everything I'm
because
hearing
I
is new to me. I've never heard any of
Conquest
this.
as one of the 4 horsemen before. The white horse is usually pestilence, but it can also be called conquest depending on what denomination of Christianity you subscribe to. So not really a Mandela effect, just different interpretations and Bible translations.
Okay.
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
There aren't too many more of these spelling ones, but here's
just please. It's the letter K. It's always been K's. Is it gonna be like there's 2 C's?
another one for you. But for me, this one doesn't really do too much. In fact, I can always remember it being called Krispy Kreme with a K. It's just a part of the branding that I've always noticed, but some remember it a little differently, spelled with C's. I think people just misremembered it that way because it would actually be the correct spelling in standard English. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Jaws reference.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Wait, what? Say that again?
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh, your.
Okay, so yeah, Brody in Jaws says you.
This is gonna sound so fucking like Gen Z. I didn't. First of all, obviously, I never watched these movies, but the only reason I know about this because I was hyperfixated on GTA 5 story mode and online, and there's an achievement you get with the first time you get eaten by a shark in story mode, and the achievement, it's like achievement unlocked. We're gonna need a bigger boat, and I was like, and it's just an Easter egg that yeah.
You're gonna need a bigger boat. Even though pretty much everyone I've heard say this famous quote says, we're gonna need a bigger boat. So what's going on here? Well, I think this is actually pretty simple. Firstly, it's another thing where pop culture, as well as the fact that it's one of the most quoted movie lines ever, actually plays into what people remember. So it's likely it got spread around as we're gonna need a bigger boat, but why add in that part? I think this is just to add additional context because in the film, Brody says you're, but I mean, they're both on the boat, so it would make sense to say we're. Also, it just sounds better this way in my opinion.
It does.
And apparently a lot of people also thought so too, because this version has lived on through a lot of the fans of this film. Well, maybe except for the diehard fans. I'm sure they already knew what the real quote was. But still, it's interesting to note that in some of the subtitled versions of Jaws, it actually does say we're gonna need a bigger boat. So, I mean, who knows? Swastika flipped sides. So some may not know that the swastika wasn't always a symbol of the Nazi party. In fact, before they adopted it, it had many different meanings in different cultures, usually used as a symbol of spirituality. And this isn't really a case of the Mandela effect. The symbol can be found in various angles, with different meanings for which way it's facing.
That is true.
Objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear. Now, for some, this is one of the strongest cases of the Mandela effect at work. And I gotta admit, I do remember it being worded this way. That being this message that could be found on the side view mirrors of cars. However, now that maybe portion of the phrase is missing and nowhere to be found, even though many people swear they remember it. Even song lyrics, as well as a book from Stephen
Wait, that's not, like, if I go to check my car, it doesn't have it right now?
King reference that maybe part that isn't there. Some people even think that this is an egregious case of flip-flopping. Remember
in the mirror.
It being both ways and having
I'm gonna assume it's some car brands.
It switched. And this is just such a weird
Or
case.
you think they're talking about the way the message is framed? Objects in the mirror closer than...
I mean, I can kind of see it both ways from the perspective of creating this actual phrase. Because saying maybe suggests that they may not always be closer than they appear because of the relative positions of cars or whatever objects can be seen in the mirror. But on the other hand, it really does make a lot more sense to just say are, because you don't really want to be wishy-washy with your language when it comes to whether or not something is there. And I mean, if it does appear in your mirror, then it is closer than it appears, because you literally see it. There's no maybe about it. Okay. And when people see that
it's just the phrasing. It's not the fact that they're on cars. Okay, I get it.
It is a guarantee and not just a maybe. Hopefully they will be more careful.
So
and
the
I think
was,
that's
they
overall
maybe,
why R does make more sense in this.
It does make sense to be like affirmative about it, rather than like they may be closer, and then just like they are closer, just legal wise. It's
this context.
Definitive.
I hope any of that really made any sense. But I'm not really sure why people, including myself, remember maybe. This case honestly has me a little stumped.
I see that.
Nikolai Tesla. Not too much to say on this one. A very small difference that not a lot of people notice or remember, because many people in the West at least are more familiar with the name Nikolai, rather than just Nikola, which is Tesla's actual first name.
Okay.
Heart is directly to the left, not slightly to the left. Alright, so real life anatomy Mandela effects. This is where it really gets interesting. So where do you remember being told your heart is located?
Like
is it on the left side or just slightly to the left?
It's not fully here.
I can't really say I recall anything about this. I guess I just never really thought about my heart's location. But many claim that they remember it being far more to the left than it actually is.
No.
But there are a couple explanations here. Firstly, it is still technically on the left side, although it is more towards the middle. But also when you feel your heartbeat or pledge allegiance, you place your right hand on your left side, typically.
I do the Pledge of Allegiance every morning in middle school.
Jane.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, and the republic for justice and freedom for all. Freedom and justice for all, something like that. Freedom and justice for all.
In the original Tarzan film, that he said, "Me Tarzan, you Jane." So much so that it is often quoted in reference to the character and films, even though it was never said in the movie. But the reason this gets brought up and said a lot is because the original actor for Tarzan, Johnny Weissmuller, said it in an interview in 1932. And I guess the quote just kind of stuck after that. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. So let me ask you this question. Do you remember either the original book by Dr. Seuss?
It's the left. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It's gotta be. Because this one does look different. The Grinch Who Stole... No, I think it's left. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Or the film adaptation? Well, what is it called? In actuality, it's called How the Grinch Stole Christmas, despite many people remembering it as The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Even I thought that this was the real title before I looked into this. Now, I guess this makes sense that it's How because, you know, the story is the story of how the Grinch stole Christmas, but I'm just wondering where we got The Grinch Who Stole Christmas from. And, yeah, I got nothing.
Other movies?
I mean, there's a movie called The Grinch from 2018, but that's fairly recent. The Duracell Bunny came first. Ah yes, the ancient rivals of Duracell and Energizer, two battery companies with similar bunny mascots. So one clearly had to copy the other, so then who did it first? Some people would say the Energizer Bunny, which debuted in 1988, but actually the Duracell Bunny first appeared in 1973. And apparently the 1988 Energizer Bunny was a parody of this original one. But it was actually such a success that the company kept it and even trademarked its bunny.
No way.
And there was a subsequent trademark dispute between the two companies, leading the Energizer Bunny to be used in Canada and the US, while
Imagine someone makes a parody of your logo, it becomes more popular, people love it, and they copyright it.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass
Duracell Bunny could be used in the rest of the world, which is why I guess some remember the Energizer Bunny being first.
I'm happy to hear that.
Because it had exclusive rights in America.
Hyperion. And I hopefully you keep doing good.
The name's Bond. James Bond. Definitely the most iconic quote from the film series James Bond, despite it being slightly different than how people usually quote it. It's actually My Name is Bond, James Bond, which in my opinion definitely doesn't sound as cool as just saying the name's Bond. I guess this is yet again a case of people slightly changing a quote to just make it sound better, with it having stuck over the years.
Wait, James... Never mind.
Tony the Tiger's black nose.
Let's see.
Who remembers Frosted Flakes?
Bro, it's not. Why would it be this? Stop it. It's this. Like, that's literally painted over. If only they used better images that we could guess from. It would, you know.
What am I even talking about? I still eat Frosted Flakes all the time. Gotta be my favorite cereal of all time, too. But to be honest, I never really looked closely at the mascot Tony the Tiger.
It's not bad.
But now that I'm looking at it, the blue nose does look kind of weird. And many people think they remember him having a black nose. Really, I think
the blue nose looks weird because it's blending in with the blue background.
This just comes down to the fact that the black on his nose would match the stripes on him as well as his ears. So the blue just kind of looks out of place. And
Dude,
you don't really notice it until you're looking for it.
What happened to Frosted Flakes commercials, bro? They used to be everywhere on Cartoon Network. They're great. Had ass.
Coke Zero brand. Okay, so I think this one can be explained away. But still, you might be surprised to hear at first that there is no such thing as Coke Zero. Like, you won't find a bottle or can that says that. But there is a Coca-Cola Zero, even though many think they can recall just simply Coke Zero.
No,
some claim that there are certain regional labels that just say that, but for the most part it's Coca-Cola on the label. And I think people just remember it as Coke because that's what people call it. I mean, nobody says Coca-Cola, right? You just refer to it as a Coke, even if it's zero, diet, regular,
let me get a
whatever.
Coca-Cola.
So I think that's what's going on
the
here.
rocks. Excuse me.
Marvel Comics letters are not connected. Not gonna spend too much time on this one. It's really basic and can be explained pretty easily, as again, it's just something that you don't ever really notice or pay attention to. But once I tell you, you'll never be able to unsee it, so prepare yourselves, I guess. All of the letters in the Marvel logo are connected, except for the L at the end, for whatever reason. Not really a Mandela effect or anything.
I'm genuinely never going to be able to unsee that. Why did they leave the L? Oh, I guess I know. You can see why they left it. It would be, wow. Yeah, I'm never going to be able to unsee that. Wow. Look at that L all alone in the corner.
Just something that I don't think most people notice.
Yeah. Every time
a frog will stay in boiling water.
What?
So there's this really famous metaphor, I'm sure you've heard at least once in your life, about how if you put a frog in boiling water, it will jump out. But if
yeah, because we all tried that as kids. That's where the phrase came from, bro. We all tried to put a frog in what? Yo, old heads were on some weird shit, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro.
If you put it in normal water and then slowly heat it up to boiling, it will stay there until it cooks to death. And this isn't really meant to be taken literally. It's a metaphor that's used to represent people not reacting to or being aware of something.
I know it's a metaphor, but it had to come from somewhere. I hate that that's a metaphor because then, like, you know, some dumbass kid had to have tested it too.
Bad happening as long as it happens slowly rather than immediately. But as an actual experiment, this has been proven false. Because frogs don't really just sit still. It will jump out of the water before it gets hot. So where does the Mandela effect come in? Well, I guess people think it's a case of the Mandela effect because this experiment turned out to be false, despite it being kind of a well-known fact before it was fully researched in the 90s, but I'm not really sure.
Last tier.
Dazed and Confused Globe.
Alright, these guys.
The 1993 comedy film Dazed and Confused has a particular globe that has sparked quite a bit of conversation, as some believe it could prove that we live in an alternate reality to the one seen in the film, because there is an unknown landmass located to the left of Australia, but this island can be explained. It is actually what's called a cartouche, which is an emblem that usually contains a title or scale for the map.
Emblem, okay.
New Zealand is to the left of Australia.
Wait, what?
Another
what do you say?
New Zealand is to the left of Australia. Another geographical Mandela effect. This one isn't very popular, but a Reddit post does describe one user's experience thinking that New Zealand was always to the left of Australia on a map before it was actually changed. Although many people chimed in that live in New Zealand and Australia and confirmed its location has always remained the same. September 22/23, 2011 anomalies due to CERN testing. We're back to talking about CERN. Here's a really interesting conspiracy for you.
That's cool.
So on the date of September 22nd, 2011...
Wait, is it the 15th or the 16th of July for you?
CERN gave a report that allegedly violated Einstein's theory of relativity because they recorded particles moving faster than the speed of light, which wasn't thought to be possible. Now, I guess some believe that this event also caused Mandela effects due to
Twitch, clip that. Just testing it out.
Two shifts in our reality on this specific date, but apparently this happened due to faulty equipment. So yeah, rip this theory, I guess.
No.
Hitler had brown eyes.
Who's paying attention to this?
This is a fact that I and many others thought was true, and something that was generally accepted by most people. But in reality, Hitler had blue eyes, which kind of ruined the irony of the fact that he had brown eyes, despite blue eyes being what the Nazi Party thought was ideal for their Aryan race. Now, it could be that this was spread around.
My hero? Bro, case panic. See, you're on thin eyes, bro. You can't be saying shit like that, bro. Nah, bro. Wasn't he scared of cats?
To actually make Hitler seem like a hypocrite because
hold up, I banned that kid. That's so weird to say, bro. I'm banning him from the Discord too. I'm gonna tell the mods. By the way, TGM, everyone community, if anyone asks why did Case Panic get banned, he just publicly told everyone that Hitler is his hero. By the way, whenever you guys are gonna don't bring it up. The kid's a fucking idiot. Like I'm trying to keep this community safe for everyone. But yeah, mods ban the fuck out of that kid, out of the community. How? Like, how do you, like, kids are genuinely, like, bam. There we go. He's weird for that. No shit, yeah. Honestly, bro, the whole fucking... My mods were just, like... We've been keeping an eye on that dumbass. Like, it was gonna happen at some point. I just didn't expect it to be, like... For calling Hitler his hero. Jesus fucking Christ.
Because he didn't have the blue eyes, but it's also possible that this was just something that wasn't well known, because a lot of the times, videos and images of him are in black and white. Eli Whitney was black. The cotton gin was an invention created by Eli Whitney Jr. that contributed to a growth in slavery in the American South, as it made cotton farming a lot more profitable. And a lot of people remember the irony of the creator of the cotton gin being an African American and possibly even a slave himself, because this invention only led to more slavery. I'm pretty sure I even learned this in school at one point. But the truth is, the creator of the cotton gin was white, and apparently this was neglected as a fact in a lot of American public education.
Damn!
And many people remember being taught that he was black for some reason. Apparently it was said that Eli thought the invention would reduce the need for slave labor, but we know it really had the opposite effect. So I'm not really sure where this whole misconception came from. Eisenhower dime. Some people remember incorrectly that the 34th President of the United States, Dwight D. Eisenhower, appeared on the dime. But in fact, it is the 32nd President, Franklin D. Roosevelt, that appears on the dime. However, from 1971 to 1978, Eisenhower did appear on the dollar coin, so this is probably what people are remembering.
Bro, what? Like, I don't even know. Well, I'm not like I'm the history guy. I should have known all of this. So that's the guy on the dollar coin, huh? Okay. Fun fact. Wow. Hey. I know, bro.
Also, it's kind of hard to recognize who is on the coin just from looks alone. A lot of them look similar if you don't know for sure who they are. 60 plus US states. This is just wild to me that someone from America would even think this. I've always been taught since like the age of like 5 that there's 50 states.
Who the fuck is saying that there's 60 states?
I couldn't even really find much on there being 60 states at all.
No.
I guess this is just some kind of wild conspiracy.
Why is it so high up on the iceberg?
I did find some people who remember learning there were 52 states, most likely thinking that Alaska and Hawaii were those two. And that's a lot more understandable. But no, it's always been 50 states, ever since Hawaii joined in 1959. The peace symbol, feet up. Okay, so everyone knows and recognizes the peace symbol, I'm sure. But for some, they think there's some kind of flip-flopping going on, or that they remember the symbol inverted originally. But no, it's always been like this, because it was created in the 1950s as part of a nuclear disarmament movement, using the semaphore signals for letters N and D, which stand for nuclear disarmament.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, that one just went over me. Like, I don't even know
The
what he
thinker's fist on his forehead.
No, bro, it's on
Does
his
this
chin,
image of the iconic
right?
rodent statue, the
Is it
thinker,
not?
look off to you?
This is the normal one. this is what it should be, right?
Well, for some it does. Some people remember him resting his fist on his forehead, not his chin.
Bro.
But like a lot of other ones on this tier, specifically I always remembered the chin. Because, well, it just makes the most sense, right? I mean, usually when you think of the intellectual thinking pose, you imagine the hand on the chin, right? Not the forehead. However, there are quite a couple of books that reference the thinker as touching his forehead. So I could be completely off base, but I just don't think I see it with this one. Also, Rodin also created a statue called the Age of Bronze, which depicts a man holding his forehead with his hand, but I doubt this is what people are picturing. Honestly, this could be because of similar poses not related to statues, such as Tim Tebow's iconic
Epics. What was the thumbnail on the Twitch opening page? We're watching a video about Mandela effects.
Football pose.
I think I know exactly what part of the video
The pyramids are aligned with the Orion constellation. This is more so a proposed fringe theory at explaining the arrangements of the pyramids in Giza than it is a case of the Mandela effect. But the theory goes that there is some kind of correlation between the 3 largest pyramids of Giza with the constellation Orion. This is because it is thought by some researchers that the angles between the 3 stars in Orion's belt are an exact match with the pyramids. But this theory hasn't gotten much credence by the greater scientific and astronomer communities. The North Pole has land.
Okay, did he save tier 7 for just geography? Like what? Right?
So some of you might be surprised to learn that the North Pole actually has no land. It's not a snowy Arctic wasteland or anything, it's just water. I myself was quite surprised to learn that fact. And this isn't a case of the Mandela effect at all, just a lesser known fact. Because in various pieces of media and such, the North Pole is portrayed as the home of Santa, where it's just kind of a snowy and cold landscape. Also, the water in the North Pole is for the most part frozen over, which does create a surface of ice, which is what we could be thinking of when we imagine the North Pole.
Well, no, the creator, if you think about it, would lose. It's not losing views. I would add more views to the video when I upload it on Tubbington. The Tubbington videos average 40,000 views. So if anything, it would. I guess you could say you could argue that he's losing views, but this is a 3-year-old video. I don't think 40,000 people would get on the recommended right now. So
Tiananmen Square Tank Man was killed. This is another moment in history that a lot of people claim they remember and were even taught that is false. This is referring to the 1989 Tiananmen Square
it has a good amount, like 1.3 million.
Which is an event where a
million.
lot of
It's
people
good.
died in a massacre. But the Tank Man wasn't one of those people. Who is this we're even talking about? This guy right here, who stood in front of a tank in protest of the Chinese government and appears in well-known photos. A lot of people recall him being killed or even run over by the tank, but actually he never was. At least it was never recorded, as he is still an unidentified person. So he very well could have been killed later by Chinese authorities, but we really don't know. It was never reported, at least in any way that I could find that he was run over or anything like that. But the simple explanation for this is that there were protesters that were run over by tanks in the massacre, but just not this specific individual. Blood is blue in your veins.
I've heard that one. Okay.
This is another example of simple misinformation, like a lot of the stuff in this tier, to be honest. But this again was something that I remember being told at least once as a kid, and I definitely believed it. That being that blood is actually blue in your body, which is explained by the veins that appear blue. And blood only turns red when it is exposed to oxygen.
That's
but
not true.
This is just a myth and misconception.
What?
Blood does slightly change color when it is oxygenated, but it only becomes a slightly darker red. That's it.
Wow.
Lindbergh's baby case went cold. In March of 1932, a 20-month-old baby of the Lindbergh family named Charles Lindbergh Jr. was abducted from his crib in their home, and there was a massive investigation into this baby's disappearance, which also involved a huge trial and even a ransom. But on May 12th of that same year, the child's body was found, and a man named Richard Hauptmann was found guilty and charged with the murder, and was executed in 1936, although some have since began to question his guilt. A lot of people, though, have different memories of this event, which makes sense considering it's such an old crime and story. Some remember the baby never being found, while some even remember him being found alive, but none of these are true. But these misconceptions and rumors could be because some people doubted that the corpse found was the Lindbergh baby at all, and some even came forward years later claiming to have found it as either some sort of hoax or prank.
Damn. That's sad.
Elisa
Alright, we have 4 minutes left in this iceberg.
Lamb died in a closed water tank. This is a rather dark and infamous case that a lot of people familiar with true crime probably know about. The case of Elisa Lam, a Chinese-Canadian woman who acted erratically and went missing at a hotel in Los Angeles, and was eventually found in the hotel's water tank. The Mandela effect is that many people remember reports of the water tank being closed, which they thought was a big deal, considering she managed to get in there somehow. But if you look at reports of the incident now, it says that the water tank was open. It could be the case that originally it was thought that the tank was closed for whatever reason, and was reported as such by the media,
This is that shit that will
before
keep
it was
you
eventually
up.
corrected, as the water tank was actually open at the time that she was found. It's not just news media either. I think I remember quite a few YouTube videos reporting that the tank was closed, so that could be also where this misconception comes from. Personal Mandela effects. And finally, for the last one, we have personal Mandela effects. And this is where I ask you guys some strange and interesting cases of the Mandela effect that you have noticed that maybe not a lot of people have talked about or noticed, or that are particularly important or fascinating to you. And I'll give you guys a few for me. So first off, this one really blew my mind, and it's a decently well-known one, at least if you're a fan of Black Ops 2. So remember the map Standoff? Yeah, me too.
Wait, how do we bring up Black Ops 2? Wait, now I'm interested. Wait, what?
Classic map. Been remade a couple of times too.
Yeah.
Surely you remember this part of the map. It's near the center of it.
Yeah.
But can you remember this yellow sign being here? No?
I remember that
you're
being
not alone.
talked about, but no, I don't remember that.
I don't remember this either. And this isn't something that was changed later on. Apparently this sign has been here on the map since 2012. But I've never noticed it, and have never...
Yeah, it's because, like, it blends in. Look at that color. It was remade, and they made the color stand out more, but, like, it just blends in the map. You're focused on killing people. I get that.
Never heard anyone talk about it until it got brought up as a case of the Mandela effect. I mean, you'd think you'd notice or remember something this big on the map, especially since you can bounce grenades off it and stuff. But for some reason, to me, it just seems so out of place.
Bro, if you need space, just delete GTA 5. I promise you, like, you don't need GTA 5 right now.
But besides that, I don't really have any that I can remember from my actual personal life.
Okay. W video. Let me shout out his channel. Alright. That was a video by Source Brew. Go subscribe to Source Brew. He put all the effort into that. I just simply reacted. So final tough statement for this is I do sense a lot of, like, I just want to be different as fucking Mandelas. Actually, there was no, there wasn't. But a lot of them, a good amount, like a good, like, 7 had me like, no way. What do you mean? What do you mean? So that was really interesting. YouTube viewers, which one was your favorite? But yeah, that's it for that segment. But yeah, I just, but yeah, I do want to make it clear that, my community and my streams have no room for bigotry. And I see you guys already, talking in the server about the kid I just banned because he just called Hitler his hero. I personally don't like you guys dragging stuff. I personally don't like when you guys keep talking. Like, bro, yes, he was banned for being an idiot. Same with other kids. Please, like, all I ask of you guys, my viewers, I think you guys, for the most part, have common sense. Don't give them the attention they so desperately want. Don't give them a name. Don't be like, yeah, remember when blank? Don't. Because you know damn well he's on an alt watching right now and hype. Oh, they mentioned me. Stop. So, I'm telling you guys, move on. Move on. Like, genuinely, like, that's all I could tell you guys. Because there's no room in this community for bigotry. Or just, like, I want to keep this community safe, and I'm going to. So, literally, if you see anyone mentioning it, tip the mods. Mods are already on. I had to have a talk with my mods, and I told them, put your foot down more. There will be more bans. There will be more. No, we don't time out anymore. There will be more bans in general. If you want to act like an idiot, cool, do it. You will be banned, like, quick. So my mods were very, very lenient, but after you know what happened, no more. And plus Tuvington is getting us a lot more viewers here. And I don't want to set that, like, idea, you know? And it sucks because it makes me, like, question viewer segments. Like, I was already questioning before, and now even again, like, viewer segments are just difficult to do, you know? But yeah. That's why, and that's, like, the last I'll ever talk about it. Like, that's it. It sucks. Because, like, it sucks. Because it just sucks. Because here's the actual final statement. It sucks because there's history, you know? That's what I dislike. And it feels like, for me, when it's like these people that get banned, that, like, I've been seeing their names for so long, it feels like betrayal. And it's like, first of all, you're really doing or saying that, and it just feels like betrayal. That's how I see it as. Really. Yeah. But yeah, when this, okay, the DLC sentence. When you guys speak of these people, first of all, don't. And also, I don't like when you guys low-key, like, bring them, idolize them, kind of. Like insert name here. Like, free insert name here. Don't free him. Did you see what happened? Did you just see why he got banned? Don't free that person. Don't, like, I hate when not you guys, but, like, when people, free him. No, don't. You just saw why the fuck these people get banned. They're not cool. They're not part of the community anymore. That's just how it is. So please, don't do that shit. Call people out. You viewers, call them out. I'm telling you, stand on 2 feet. Tell them. But my mods are there. My mods are really looking down at this shit now. It's weird though. It is weird. All right, let's see what's up with Stream University. They're having a party? We're totally learning here, guys.
Get done. Hey, somebody give me a shot.
Yeah, I'll do another stream for the commentary stuff.
Hey, what's wrong, nigga? Nah, yo, wardrobe. Tomorrow we doing wardrobe. Tomorrow we doing this, but 10 times better, nigga. We gonna have the bottle and we gonna have fans. Come on. Hey, wardrobe.
Streamer University. I could have been there. I could be performing. I love your fingernails, and I just can't figure out. Oh, I could have been there performing, bro. What? What is this?
Where's the music? What? Is you a professor or student?
Okay, wait. What's Ron doing?
Would he come knocking on the door?
They're just having like a deep talk.
He don't really seem like he's that mad. I'll be honest with you, Kai. Alright, I'm about to go to my fucking room, bro.
You got shower rooms?
This really is like a mini summer camp. It really is like a mini summer camp, and then like you decide who you want to watch. Let me see. Is anyone? Okay, guys. I am gonna go offline. I know. We got 2 segments in. One of them was like over an hour, which is crazy. But I do want to raid someone. I haven't raided someone in so long. We could raid. Should we raid Nor? No. Annie Pants. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna raid Annie Pants. I'm so excited to raid someone. Let me see. Is it /raid? Frick. What's her name? Let's see. /raid. Okay, it's gonna ask you guys to like. Okay. 60 viewers are ready to rate. Okay. We're gonna rate her. Oh my god.
Push her that far.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel, man. I don't.
Well, what?
I don't know.
Okay, we're right now.
I got it on. Wake up. I don't know.
Maybe.
Damn, I'm another year older.
Yeah.
You gonna like look
I'm
at
a year closer to not being on my parents' health insurance.
So.
But they told me I'll be on it forever and ever.
They lied to you, bro.
No.
What's up?
No.
I remember when I had health insurance.
Okay, buddy.
I used to have health insurance.
Y'all follow. Yeah, hit that follow button. Annie Pants pretty cool.
Jeez, dude. I'm gonna punch you.
Happy birthday, Annie. So Alpha. Have a wonderful birthday. Status now. Thank you for being you and being awesome.
I've never.
Thank you guys.
I rarely raided
oh
anyone.
God, holy.
Okay, finally.
Thank you for the raid. How was your stream?
My stream's been good.
Oh my God.
My stream's been good.
Yo, she's the birthday. Yo, tough. She's the birthday.
Yeah, bro. See the birthday.
Okay. Shut the fuck.
Yo, hold on. What?
Oh, happy birthday! It's her birthday.
No, oh my fucking God.
Wait, did our chats combine?
Yeah, bro. We go to the theaters. We're getting kicked out because of you, Chris.
Wait, what?
Bro, what? Yo, let it be someone's birthday in that theater. Ooh, I'm about to give him the beatbox.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Did our chats combine? What the fuck? Anyway.
Thank you so much for the raid.
That's sweet.
Meowdy Raiders, meowdy. Happy birthday. Thank you, Tub. Thank you, man. My goodness. I turned 24 this year, guys.
Oh, we're the same age. We're both unks. Cool. All right, my chat. Thank you for an amazing stream. You know where we got to end it off. Appreciate you guys. I don't know how the chat does the combination thing. I don't even see my own chat. But either way. Goodbye, everyone. I feel alone. My chat's gone. What the fuck? All right. Bye, everyone.